afternoon. Hello, everybody. It's Thursday.
It is, which is good. And it's middle of the springtime and it's gorgeous everywhere. And so many things flowering and looking lovely.
Isn't it quite incredible? All of a sudden, like 1st of May, boom, colour.
Driving through this morning, horse chestnut trees flowering, hawthorn flowering. Every garden you look at now,
That
colour.
plant I was saying this with Tamarix.
Tamarix. Yeah, let us know if you've got a Tamarix. Bex has fallen in love with Tamarix.
Oh, I just keep seeing Tamarix on the drive and it's fluffy pink flowers on the top. It's so pretty.
We ought to do them. We
should do
We need to bring those in, Bex.
If you've got one, please, I would like a picture. I have absolutely fallen in love with that plant. Hello, my name's Bex Edwards. Hello, you all right? This is Adam Walcott. He, what do you do?
What do I do? Not a lot, really. I just keep Bex company most weeks. Basically, I've been gardening since the age of 5. I've been a professional gardener for 40 years. Won 4 gold medals at the Chelsea Flower Show.
Yes,
My husband John won some silver gilts, some silver medals. Forget about them. Won 3 BBC RHS People's Awards at Chelsea Flower Show and other things as well.
And so you spend your days gardening, don't you? As your hobby, but also as your job, right?
Yeah, I'm just a gardening nerd. I mean, basically, that's what I am. I'm a gardening nerd. So I kind of live for gardening.
I like it. And you know what? We've all found a joy of. If you're watching right now, you have found the joy of gardening, haven't you? You've found that it's, wonderful to nurture, grow things, maybe feed yourself with what you grow. So I'm really glad that you're here and you're joining us. We're going to be here for the next 2 whole hours and it's a brand new week. Thursday is the start of our week. So we've got a new shed full of deals, some wonderful discounts for you. Details have just popped up on the screen. There's a few things you need to know. First of all, the offer code, which this week has changed to YGTV1926. That's the offer code that you place in the Do You Have an Offer Code box?
You do.
On the website. So YouGarden.com is where you go. What does the code do, Adam?
Loads and loads of things. So if we've got a double up, for instance, if we've got a bog off, it will give you that price on there. Also, it's going to give you the free shipping. So that's really, really important to enter that code and you'll get free shipping and you can take advantage of all the offers. And Jake's just shown a little example here. You add the code and then you can see the difference. You can see the way the price changes. You can see you'll get free shipping when you enter that code. So always, please put that code in. There you go. Jake's just about to do that now. Apply the code and the magic, hopefully, should happen.
It didn't happen. That's because the old code was in there. Should we try it again?
There we go. It does work. Promising. It does.
We'll try it again in a second. It was last week's code. Anyway, if you have any problems, let us know. Good afternoon to you all in the chat. Hello to Anne, Maricia, Simon, Baldrick. Hi, I made it. Hello to you all. Everybody who's just joined in on the chat there. Just to prove that it does work, look, Jake has put in the correct code. And as you can see, we have got the delivery cost removed from there and you've got the saving as well. So that comes down from $34.99 to £20 each. However, if you join the club today as well, look, you can save an extra £9 on that order for 2 of the Dutia Million Stars there. The club costs you just £10 to join, but then you'll get 15% discount off of all the plants, pots, compost. You can also get your £20 of product vouchers and a couple of free postage vouchers. So the things that you shop in the live shows that are on the YGTV show, free postage with the code. If you go and shop other items on the website, sorry, there is postage cost attached to that, but your free postage vouchers will give you your free postage for a couple of those orders, which is brilliant. Let's get on with it. We've got some fabulous plants for you. This one's going to be a favourite. It always is. It's the Fuchsia Pyramid.
Yeah, we look forward to these turning up every single year because you always go berserk and bonkers for these. And it's not surprising because these are elegant, these are colourful, and these will keep flowering for you all the way through, right up into the autumn and the frosts. Now, these aren't actually hardy fuchsias, but if you've got a greenhouse, a lean-to, a polytunnel, if you've got the inclination to keep these frost-free, you could take these through to next year and beyond because it's only the frost that will finish them.
Yeah.
If you keep them frost-free, they'll keep going. But you can see here, there's 2 different types here. We can't promise you exactly which one you'll get. It's kind of a luck of the draw kind of thing. So you could get this lovely red one with the deep purple centres, or you could get the one with the deep purple centres and the white petals. They're both stunning. They're going to flower all the way through May, June, July, August, September, into October, even into November. You can put them in pots and containers. either side of your front door. Of course, you can put them in beds and borders. You could use these as a central plant in one of your bedding schemes. Perhaps you've got like a round border in the middle of the garden, or you've got an area each year where you like to grow those annual plants. I do. I've got loads of annuals coming on in my garden. I keep an area free every year to plant annuals because they're so attractive. If you want a bit of height, you can see here, this is exactly what I'm talking about. So you've got the fuchsia there, you've got bacopa underneath, you've got lobelia, you've got geraniums, you've got all that lovely summer bedding at the base of these, and these give you that amazing height and structure in the middle. And that discount club price there, £16.99, is absolutely amazing. So as Beck said at the beginning, joining the club, even if you join today, you can start making savings on that.
You can, and there is a double up deal available. So if you do want to go for 2, you'll get extra savings by doing the double up, but then you can get your 15% discount from there as well. Just want to say a quick hello to Carl Jackson, who is watching the show whilst enjoying the sun in Lanzarote.
Oh, very nice.
That's very nice. I literally just said to Adam before we went live, I really want to go on holiday.
Well, I got a really good message last night from my nephew because he's going to have his stag do in Lanzarote next year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm definitely up for that.
Oh, there you go.
It's going to be good.
Good,
yeah.
good. And Callisto Gax, I'm so sorry, I should probably know your actual name. I've got one of these and it came back. I didn't give it any protection.
Whoa.
Right, our recommendation is do give it protection. The frost will kill them off, but sometimes you never know.
Yeah, if you've got them in that really, really sheltered spot, they can regenerate. But as I say, if you definitely want them to go from year to year, do try and keep them a bit frost-free.
Lovely. 450098, the item number then. Choose one, go for the double up deal where you'll get even bigger savings. Maybe you only want one, but you could give one as a gift. So do the double up so you get an even better price on there. Make sure you're using the code this week, please, YGTV1926, free postage and the savings there. Right, we're bringing you on to our gorgeous oleanders. We love the oleanders. We do them in a variety of different colours. You can get pink, red, yellow, white, but this is actually the tricolour. You don't have to choose your colour.
You don't. And if you're in Lanzarote right now, you're probably not too far from some of these because that's the sort of places they love. They love that full sun. They love good drainage and they bring that holiday Mediterranean feel. And you can see here, these in full flower. Now, these aren't all in separate pots. We've put 3 different colours in one container for you. So you're going to get the pink, you're going to get the white, and you're going to get the red. So now, even in that really small space, you know what I'm going to say? 3 floors up and on a balcony. You don't have to have 3 separate pots with 3 separate oleanders. You could plant one of these in a rainbow planter, for example, or a 30-litre heavy-duty pot. They would live in there for always. They will grow together harmoniously, and you'll get that wonderful mix of colours. Now, oleanders, as I said a moment ago, they love full sun. They love really well-drained soil. They will take a little bit of frost, but when the plants are younger like this, you will need to hold their hand a little bit during those colder nights during the winter time, just to avoid them getting sort of knocked back by those sort of big minus temperatures. But the bigger they get, the tougher they get. I was looking at one as I was coming to work this morning. I was queuing through Swaff of where I live, and I happened to stop right next to this oleander on the left-hand side that I've seen growing there since I moved in 7 years ago. Nobody's covered it, Bex. Nobody's put fleece on it. It was covered in flower buds. And it's got through the last 7 winters unaided. So they can be a lot tougher than you think, but always in their first early years when they're smaller like this, do give them a little bit of protection. Like most things in life, the bigger they get, the tougher they get.
I just want to point out the flowers as well, look. So you can see the red are opening up. I think that's the white that's going to open up on this side. And then you've got the pink stem on the other side there. So the flowers are coming and they can flower all the way through the summer. Lovely evergreen foliage. Absolutely beautiful, make you feel like your holidays if you have been away for those hot countries. I saw them all over Turkey when I was there last year. It was absolutely gorgeous. Remember, they are toxic to pets, so don't let them eat them. And if you are sensitive when you're trimming, just wear some gloves, okay, because they do release the sap. But a stunning one, flowering for ages, and you've got a double up deal if you'd like to go for that. Now, we have said this in the past, you could actually split them up and create 3 plants from it.
I did that last year.
Did you?
Yep, I got a white one from YouGarden. That was after the head gardener told me to do it.
Yeah.
He mentioned it. So I split the white one up into 3 separate plants, and now I've got them spaced out in my raised bed, looking fabulous.
It's a great way of getting more for your money, isn't it? 680-346, the item number there. You've got $12.74 your discount club price for one, but you can double up for $24.99. And then if you're a club member, 15% off that price as well. Right, Dutia is coming up for you. This is the Dutia Million Stars Pink Carpet. 511678, the item number on that one. If you want to go for that, it's £25.49. We'll be showing you that soon. It is in full bloom at the moment, so you will be absolutely adoring that. Pictures you're looking at are the oleander though, so we can change the video for you so we can have a little look just at the Dutia. There it is, look, it's beautiful, in full bloom at the moment, and you get that for about, I'd say about 5 or 6 weeks at this time of year. They call it the pink carpet because you get hundreds of these gorgeous flowers on there. A really easy plant to look after. Next up, we have got the geranium bullseye. Love this, coming up very, very soon. They are the plug plants. You're going to get the mixture of colours and geraniums with that wonderful fragrance you get from the foliage, and they are so easy to grow. Sunny spot, quite drought tolerant once they're established as well. So a really easy one, and these can flower right the way through to November, and you can overwinter them as well and get them to come back next year. Beautiful fragrance, gorgeous colours, long-lasting flowers. 400546. And if you haven't sorted your hanging baskets and your pots and your window boxes yet, how about some begonias? These are one of my favourites, and I've actually just planted these up into my hanging baskets, earlier this week. I'm looking forward to seeing those. I loved my my begonia super cascades when I did them a few years ago. Fabulous, long flowering, gorgeous plants, dead easy. They pretty much deadhead themselves and you get a beautiful mix of colours. Great for your hanging baskets, great for pots and containers, wonderful for window boxes. They just tumble and trail over the edges. 400543, your item number, and you're going to get 12 of those plug plants with the £7 saving. Use your code, please. YGTV1926 is this week's code. Right, we're coming over to what we think are going to be your favourites, and we're moving into the first ones that I have seen so far this year. It's the garden-ready plants.
Which is great. Look at the size of these plugs. So they are definitely ready to go straight outside. Now, probably in a lot of parts of the country now, especially the more southern and southwestern areas, you can think about planting these straight outside, but just keep an eye on the forecast for the next couple of weeks. If you go online, you can actually see the average time that the last frost will occur in your area. I looked up mine in Swaffham, where I live. On average, the very last light frost or heavy frost is about the 13th of May.
Right.
So that gives you a good sort of indication. I don't think in most places we are going to get much frost anymore, but these are wonderful. Not only have you got a lovely mix of flower colour, you've got the pinks, you've got the reds, you've got the creamy whites, but look at the contrast with the foliage colour. Dark, sort of coppery kind of tones on this. Then you've got the lovely green leaves as well. And these flower like Billy-O, honestly.
They just keep going, don't they?
Honestly, Bex, they are insane how they flower, and for month after month after month. In fact, these even have a little kind of second sort of zest of life in the autumn. When the weather cools down, they seem to flower even more, and I've even known these to get through the first very light autumnal frost. They give you colour from now. In fact, the little one I've got in my hand has already got some flower buds on. Yep. So all the way through May, June, July, August, September, October, into November. And another great thing about these as well, they are excellent for shade. Quite often we talk about bedding plants, we think about full sun when we talk about the geraniums, for example. But these and busy lizzies are just perfect for those shadier spots. Beds and borders, pots and containers, hanging baskets, window boxes, great filler plants. And you've got the lovely root system on there, as you can see. You can already see that little flower that's developing already on the top there. If you wanted to, you could pick the first few flowers off, and then, that will just let the plant grow a bit more. But on these, I wouldn't worry too much. They come out to you in this wonderful tray. Get them home, take them out gently, and just plant them and start enjoying months and months of fabulous, fabulous colour. I
have evicted several plants from the conservatory now to the outside. I have checked the weather. There are no frosts coming. Obviously, I'm going to keep an eye on it. But yes, we are moving into garden-ready plants now, and that's the first one we've seen so far on YGTV. So if you've been waiting for garden-ready, now's the time. Those are the Begonia Saharas. You're saving £1. It all adds up. Let's not sniff at £1. It absolutely all adds up. Over time, doesn't it? So you're going to get 10 of those garden-ready plants. That works out £1.02 per plant there for something that's going to flower constantly all the way through the summer for you. 410206 is the item number. So I want to say hello to everybody on Facebook. So there's Scott, there's Anne, and there's Harry, all watching on Facebook. Hello to you. Jill saying hello.
Hi, Jill.
Hello, Jill. Waiting for the Barnsley baby to be delivered. Fingers crossed it's tomorrow, hopefully for you. And hello from Zoe as well. Zoe said, oh, she said, I had no idea you'd go live from here too. I've been living under a rock. Zoe, hello, my lovely. Zoe's joined us from TikTok. But yes, we've been doing this since August 2023.
Yeah, long time now. That long
Are we in
already?
26 now?
Yes, 3 years this year, isn't it?
It was August 2023. So yeah, we've been doing this. We were doing this before we were doing TikTok. So it's lovely that you come to join us over here as well. We broadcast in lots of different places. Anne has a cheeky question. Would like some Erigeron, so there's no postage. You want to get it on YouGarden? We can ask the question, Anne. We can always ask the question. So all we need to do is send a message to Ryan and say, any chance we could have the Erigeron on YouGarden, and we'll see what he says. You never know.
It's worth asking. Don't ask, you don't get.
It all depends on stock levels. So I'm hearing in my ear, yes, they're going to send a message. We'll let you know. Next week, obviously. Lovely to see you. If you've got any questions, get them in. I can see that you've got loads of pictures that you're sending in. Apparently, Sean's on QVC at the moment, wearing a proper shirt. He looks rugged on here normally, apparently. But Sean's on QVC at the moment, so I'm glad you're watching us in all the different places. So we'll get onto your pictures and everything very, very soon. But if you do have any questions, you're welcome to put them in the chat, or you can send them on the email address that has popped up on the bottom of the screen, or you can send us photos of your garden. Why not? Share the joy. Let's move on, though, shall we? Let's talk about the winter hardy fuchsias for you. Now, these are not your summer bedding hanging basket fuchsias.
No, these are what we call fuchsias with a future, because they are not going to be knocked back by the frost. They're not going to be killed down to the root. And in fact, they will get bigger and bigger year on year. These can get to 1.5 meters, 2 meters tall eventually.
Wow.
So when you plant them, bear that in mind. You need to space them out of at least 1 meter, 1.5 meters between them. Now, couple of things to say about these. At the end of a very mild winter, they'll keep growing pretty much from where they left off the previous year. At the end of a very cold winter, a lot of the top growth can get knocked back and frost damage, but do not worry about that. Because right now, they start to emerge from the base with lots of really gorgeous bright red shoots, and very quickly they will grow back to the size they were the previous year, and they flower for a long time. I've seen these hardy fuchsias flowering even in November. A garden I've mentioned a few times before that I used to look after in Buckhurst Hill. I remember turning up one particular morning. There was a light frost on the grass. It was November. There was an oak tree dropping its leaves, and underneath there was hardy fuchsias that I'd planted some years ago, and they were still in full flower.
Nice.
Really long flowering, and they'll come back for you 10, 15, 20 years. You can see how beautiful the plug plants are. 6 different varieties you're going to get as well in that wonderful colour range. So you could even create a little fuchsia hedge if you fancied it, growing these.
Would you pinch these out like you do the summer bedding hanging basket ones?
You could do, Bex. Yeah, I mean, when we say about pinching out, you can see at the moment you've got 2 stems going straight up, or 3 in fact, because it's already been pinched out once already. But there's nothing to stop you, just again, pinching those middle growing tips out, and that one as well, and then each one of those will make another 2, so you can keep doubling up. I only do that for another one or 2 more times, then plant them, let them go. What I would suggest with these, as they are plug plants at the moment, I would grow them on.
I would.
Grow them on perhaps in a 9 centimetre pot, or even like a 1 litre pot. Grow them on for the next 4 or 5 weeks till they're a little bit bigger and they've got a really nice substantial root system. And then at that point, plant them in their permanent spot. And you could plant these in a large pot as well. You could probably get away with one of these in one of our 30, 35 litre, or if you really want to future-proof, go for one of our 50 litre pots.
Yeah.
And they would live in there forever and ever and ever.
And a part shade position is the best place for a fuchsia,
Yeah,
isn't
we've
it?
had a chat about this before, Bex, because we've discovered from experience that fuchsias in very hot midday sun, they can wilt. They get a little bit stressed. So part shade...
This one. I love this one.
That's beautiful.
Which one's she? She is, I think she's Delta Sarah. I think that one is Delta Sarah, and I absolutely adore that one. Sorry.
No, it is a glorious mix, though. But yeah, if they can have a little bit of dappled shade, perhaps sort of early sun in the day, in the morning, perhaps sun late afternoon, early evening. But we'd both not recommend putting them in that full-on hot south-facing position, because they can wilt a bit and get a little bit stressed out.
And the other thing is make sure you keep feeding your fuchsias. They are hungry plants.
They are.
I mean, we recommend feeding your plants anyway, but definitely fuchsias. If you do need to do any potting on, I was using these this morning. I've got my shuttle tray kit delivered, and I went for this one as well, the one with the capillary mats and the trays underneath. I'm a busy woman. I forget to water sometimes. And when they're in my conservatory, which is southwest facing, if I haven't opened the windows, you know, I imagine, can't you? So anyway, those are really handy because those capillary mats hold on to water. So it's a really good one if you forget occasionally or you're just a bit busy. And it's brilliant.
Shiny side up, isn't it, for the capillary matting?
I didn't even check what I did. Yes, it is. It's shiny side up.
Yeah, shiny side up. That's what we recommend.
Oh, I need to go home and check what I've done now.
Yeah, because when you get it, there'll be like a fleecy, felty, soft side, and then there's an upper bit that's shiny. You put the shiny side up, the fleecy side down. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be a disaster if you do it the other way around. I'm
going to have to go and check what I did now. But those are available if you want to get them. They're reusable. They're fantastic. They're on the website for you. OK, 400947, saving £7 on that. You'll get 12 plug plants, 12 of those plants for £11.04. That is insane when you think about how long they're going to live for, last for, flower for, etc. Right, let's move on. We've got the Berberis. Now, this is a really pretty plant because of the foliage colour that you're getting on here. Lovely coral pink to start with.
Definitely. I mean, these are striking, aren't they? And Berberis are known for their striking foliage colour, not only in the spring, but in autumn as well. They are very, very hardy plants. They're long-lived. They'll survive 15, 20, 25 years. And these will grow in a lovely column shape. So they'll grow straight up for you. I'm going to whip one out the pot and show you the root system. I'll tease it out gently. Oh, there we go. Look at that. I'll show you in a moment.
Nice and rooty.
Lots of bits falling off, but never mind. But yeah, look at the beautiful root system on there. So these are ready to go out in the ground, and they are a tough plant, these. They'll take full sun, part shade, clay soil or sandy soils. They're really not fussed, and they've got a really beautiful habit in that they grow upright. They grow in a column shape, almost like one of those miniature conifer kind of upright conifers. They can get to a metre to 1.5 meters tall eventually. And just imagine 3 of these, like planted in a line, kind of spaced out, or in a triangular shape, growing upright, only not getting that wide. They've got what's known as a fastigiate growing habit. So they grow tall, but they remain narrow. And all through the summer, from spring, you'll get these glorious, glorious foliage that will turn even more intense colours in the autumn before the leaves drop. They'll take -10, -15, -20. Very drought tolerant once established, and also they're a little bit spiky as well. So if you have problems with critters kind of nibbling or eating your shrubs, then these will be good as well to avoid that happening. You might even get muntjac or rabbits and things that might drive you a bit mad in your garden. They're going to leave these sorts of things alone because they won't find them very pleasant to eat. Yeah,
they've got the spiky bits. Great sort of security plants if you're looking for those. I always tell the story about my dad planting a spiky bush in the front garden because he was sick of the squaddies coming home late at night and jumping in the front garden in the bushes.
Oh.
We always thought it was hilarious. We used to sit and watch them out of our front window, but they'd come home after a night in the pubs and things, and then they would do hedge diving. It's funny. I think it's hilarious.
You wouldn't want to do that into those.
My dad got annoyed, so he planted. I'm pretty sure it was a Berberis he planted in the front garden as well. They've got some thorns on them. Right, you can double up on those. So 3 9-centimetre pots you can go for there, or you can double up and you can get 6 of those 9-centimetre pots as well. 511 677 is the item number if you would like to go for those. My sister's bedroom was at the front of the house, and she had one of those cabin beds. So her and I just lay on the cabin bed watching them coming home from the
hedge diving.
And hedge diving. We always thought it was really good. Right, roadies for you. We've got the beautiful Rhododendron Hybrid Red. Now, this is a stunner, and I don't know if you've been, out and about looking at people's gardens. I'm always nosy. But at the moment, what is the thing that is looking the best?
Roadies.
Absolutely.
I've got 3 in flower in my garden right now. I've planted 3 in one space, and they are looking magnificent. And this one really is magnificent. This is Nova Zembla, which is a very well-known rhododendron. These can get to a couple of meters tall eventually. Ignore the picture behind, because this is the real colour of this plant. It's got like a port sort of red colour to it. Look at the lovely yellow stamens in the middle, and I like the little black markings on the top of the petals as well. Now, really good thing about this particular rhododendron is it will take a full sun position.
Oh, interesting.
And also it'll take quite a lot of heat. Now, normally if we talk about rhododendrons, we talk about growing them where you'd grow Japanese maples or acers, for example, cool, dappled shade kind of places. But if you've got a really sunny garden and you've never been able to grow rhododendrons, grow this one. It will take the sun, it will take the heat. There's just one thing it's very, very particular about, though. It does need to have acid soil. And if you've already got rhodies in your garden doing well, you can put this straight in the ground. If not, and you still want it, just get yourself some ericaceous compost. Plant it up in a pot. It could live in a 30-litre heavy-duty pot. We've got those in green or black if you want them. And it would live in there for donkey's years. Just keep it well watered, feed it with an ericaceous feed, and it will come back year after year. And probably from when the first bud starts to break to the last petals dropping off could be 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And this is our ericaceous compost we've got for you here. It's just like our premium professional compost, but it's perfectly designed for all lime-hating plants, for instance, like rhododendrons and our blueberries that we'll be talking about later as well.
All right, details are there for the ericaceous compost then. If you do need to stock up on that, 100042 is the item number. We've even got a double-up deal available on the ericaceous compost, so that'll pair with the rhodie and the blueberries, which are the two. We've got citrus on the show as well.
Oh, we have, yes.
We've got a wonderful pair of citrus trees coming up, and those are all going to be ericaceous or acid-loving plants. So if you do need to stock up, there you go, details there, 100042. You can get 120 litres with that double-up deal. The rhododendron for you then, the Nova Zembla, that beautiful deep pink, let's say. I know we call it hybrid red. I mean, it's trickling into the red colour, isn't it?
It's like a claret colour,
It's like a claret, yes, absolutely. So we've got a double-up deal available on that as well. If you have been coveting everybody's rhododendrons at the moment, because they do look amazing, the flowers are perfect. They almost look fake because they are so perfect.
But they are tough. Sorry, Bex, I mean, they really will take the most punishing frosts during the winter. So although they look very tropical, they are incredibly hardy.
Right, I've seen all your questions. I will get to them in a second. Bear with me. We'll finish on this table and then hopefully we can spend a bit of time just doing those questions for you. Let's move on though. We've got the Rudbeckia for you. Rudbeckia. It's the Rudbeckia Gold Stern, the 3 9cm pots. It's a firm favourite of both me and Adam. We've both got this in our garden.
We have, yeah, and I'm a convert because years ago I wouldn't be
You didn't like yellow flowers, did you?
I wouldn't be seen dead with yellow, red or orange flowers in my garden. They were just a no-no for me. And then some years back where Bex and I used to work together, I got given some free samples of these and I took them home, I planted them, they grew rapidly, they flowered in the first year and I fell in love with them.
Yeah.
Because when you look at these stunning, bright yellow flower heads with that dark centre, and these, the one that Bex is holding, that will give you flowers this summer, probably round about June, July time, you'll start to see these really very thick stems come out up out the middle of the leaves. And then each flower can last about 4 weeks, each individual flower.
Yeah.
And the amount of months that these keep going from midsummer right the way up into October, even early November. And my original clump, I planted them in a triangle shape. Within a couple of years, they'd colonised that whole area. I actually dug mine up late winter one year, split them up into smaller plants. And now from the original 3, I've got about 15, 20 separate colonies of these in my garden. They bring in the pollinating insects. If you want the butterflies, the bees, all the pollinators. They've got lovely, rigid, upright stems, so they don't need staking or supporting. Put them in a really lovely sunny position, but moisture retentive soil. You can grow them in pots or containers. They'll die down in the autumn, but then the following spring, they'll re-emerge, and year on year, they'll just look brighter, bolder, and they'll just give you joy, happiness, and a long, long flowering period.
I grew 1 from a plug plant, 15 flowers first year, 30 flowers second year, 40 plus flowers in the 3rd year. I'm going into the 4th year, so I'll count them this year for you as well. They really do colonise beautifully. It's one of my faves. I absolutely adore it. 560076 is the item number. You can double up. You can get 6 of those pots. And as Adam said, you will get flowers this year, and they will get bigger and better as the years go on as well. It is gorgeous, hardy, perennial, herbaceous plant. Any questions, do just drop them into the chat or into the emails and we will answer them for you. 560076 is the item number for your Rudbeckia. If you're wondering, how do I place an order? It's all on the screen for you. You go to YouGarden.com and that's where you can type in the item codes. That's where you can join the club. You can even have a look at the entire show. You can shop the whole website, but it's only the items in this show that will unlock free postage by entering the code that you can see on screen. So try and watch us live if you can. You can watch back any time and try and shop the actual items on the show so you can get the free postage on there as well.
Should we tell him something? Should I say something I shouldn't say?
Yeah, I dare you.
Because sometimes the previous week's codes still work.
Sometimes the previous codes work.
Yeah.
It's always worth having a little look.
I didn't tell you that though, but
it's always worth it.
Yeah.
Basically, the codes last for about 2 or 3 weeks.
We didn't tell you.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah.
Right, there have been a few questions, so let's get in and have a look, please. Hello to everybody. First question I saw. Oh, Neil would like the purple sun on a YGTV show if possible. Whilst we are asking... Matt's just walked in. Whilst we're asking Ryan if we can have whatever the other thing was, Matt, could you ask if we can have purple sun as well? Irigaron, purple sun, and some Alstroemeria.
Someone's shopping list.
Those are viewers' requests.
Indian summer.
Yeah, Indian summer That'd
be nice, wouldn't it?
Not just an Indian summer. Alstroemeria, Irigaron. What was the other one I just said? Purple sun.
Purple sun.
That's it. You're not going to remember those, are you?
And can we have
Why won't I leave? Irigaron.
Jake's written it down.
And can we have a KFC bucket, please?
Marisia, sorry to ask this. Why is the delivery of the Catherine Rose being delayed? I do not know the answer to that question. Have you heard?
Yes, June is when.
But why?
I think because they're very, very rare at the moment. There's not a huge amount of stock, and they're growing them on. Stu mentioned that yesterday.
Did he?
Because Stu's got one on order, and yeah, he can't sort of take possession of his until June.
Okay.
So,
Marissa, I'm sorry that it's happened. There's obviously something that's gone on. I don't know the full answer, but I'll see if I can find out more for you, basically. Neil's got the Compost and Strulch out for delivery today. Are there any red or pink bleeding hearts? Verna, there are. I don't know if we've got them in stock, but yes, there are, aren't there?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Red, they definitely come in red and pink. I don't think we've got red and pink at the moment. We've only got the white. So, yeah, at the moment.
Right, I've got the this is Callisto. Well, you're going to have to tell me what your actual name is. Callisto Gax. I'm sure I should know who you are, but I'm so sorry, I don't. I got the lilac one, and it came with no flowers or anything. I'm fine with that, but will it be next year I get flowers now? I got the lilac one. Are you talking about a lilac or a lilac rhododendron? Maybe you're talking about a lilac rhododendron. Either way, right, so if it's the lilac rhododendron, if there's no flowers now, yes, it's going to be next year.
Yeah.
If it's the actual lilac and you've got the syringopalabin, there's a chance you might get flowers later on this year because that flowers twice.
Yeah, I know some of the smaller palabin out there, not the standards, the smaller one, have gone over now, flowering-wise. So if you did miss the boat on yours flowering right now, it will definitely flower for you in 2027. And do
Rudbeckia need full sun all the time?
No.
I found no. So they do really well in a full sun position, don't they?
They do, but I've actually got mine. Mine are in a border that is east-facing.
Yeah.
Gets sun up to about 1:30 this time of year, and then the rest of the day they're in shade. And they thrive. They do very, very well in that situation.
Mine are in a part shade border as well and do brilliantly there. So you can happily get away with a part shade border.
Do give them a drink, though. I do find they don't like to dry out. They let you know when they need a drink because they will. So dig in lots of nice organic material into the soil before you plant them.
Should we do some emails or should we do something else now, Jake? What would you like to do? I've got 2 minutes, so I'll get through as many as I can. Ali G, what's looking good in your garden? This is on the show. Oh, I'm going to waste time now, aren't I, connecting? Hold on. We have got the azalea in, isn't we?
Yeah, yes,
okay.
Yeah.
This is on the show today, so I'm really pleased that Ali sent us a picture of this. This is the azalea pink spider. Look at it! It's such a pretty plant. This is one of the most beautiful azaleas, I think, that we do. It's a stunner. 511720 is the item number. If you want to get ahead, that is it there. I'm going to keep going, though. More rhodies for you. Beautiful rhododendron flowers coming up.
Was that the encore, those ones?
I don't know. No,
repeat
I don't think
flower?
so. Look, because she's put the...
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. Look at the colours on those. And they're big, big flowers as well. I absolutely adore those ones. What else has Ali G got? Let's have a look. Third picture for Ali G. Oh, another one. Oh, this is the Cascadula. This is the one that we've had on recently. This is the azalea.
I think they're almost gone, those. There's only half a dozen of those left, and they have been mind-blowingly gorgeous.
Ah, Ali, very good, very, very good. I'm going to do one more now and then we'll come back to all the others. I've got Marisia, Anne, Tony, Neil, Karen. You've all sent pictures. We'll get to them, I promise. But Andrew's garden, here we go. This is the garden this morning. Wowza. Right, I'm zooming in. Let's have a little look at what's going on. Andrew, some amazing pansies.
This is stunning.
Some lovely rhodies, lovely cordylines. Got your there's a syringa I can see in there as well. Right, I can scroll through these ones.
Look at these.
There's your Nandina firepower at the front there.
Look at the cordylines. That Charlie boy, a big couple of Charlie boys there.
Lavender.
I like the gravels. Look at that. Is that violas? Lovely, beautiful violas flowering
they're violas,
there as well.
I thought they were pansies.
Yeah, pansies. Yeah,
maybe
one or t'other.
They're so similar, aren't they? Yes, it's looking good, Andrew. Very nice.
So colourful.
Looking forward to seeing all the pictures over the summer. Well done, you. Right, so Marisia, Anne, Tony, Neil, Karen. I'll come to your pictures in a little while. Let's talk about compost, though. I have a delivery arriving, I think, today.
Good. Which is good. Can I have it?
No.
Oh,
I need it.
Because I'm just down to 2 bags.
Oh, that's the time to place an order. Basically, once I get down to 2 bags, that's when I know I need to place another order.
I've got 2 bags of this and one bag of the Eric, so I'm a bit panicky.
You need to get an order
but I will get more because I've got loads of things to pot on. If you could see my garden at the moment, you could see my greenhouse, you'd see this being used in so many different ways. My cucumber plants, my potatoes, my tomatoes are all growing in this in heavy-duty pots. I've got seeds growing at the moment still. I've got lots of plants potted on into 9cm pots. I've got loads of plugs at home at the moment I'm going to pot on when I get home this evening. I've been using bags of this to improve my soil, and I'll quickly tell you why this is so fabulous. First of all, there is an element of peat in this still. I know, we do still use peat. I'll tell you why, because the coir stuff is rubbish. And also, the coir stuff has, in our opinion, a much bigger environmental footprint than this does. This is blended and processed and created for you in the UK. You can see Sean there showing you the beautiful texture of this. It's got the composted wood fibre in as well that gives it that open, airy, light texture. Lets the air get down to the roots, lets the water percolate through. You'll see lots of little beads in this as well. They're not slugs or snail's eggs, as somebody once said. They're actually little beads of liquid feed that break down over 6 months and will feed your plants. There's a wetting agent as well, which means if the compost ever does dry out, it's very, very easy to hydrate, and it's almost neutral pH-wise. So it's not very acid, it's not very alkaline, and it delivers to your door, no shipping, in these bags, in cardboard boxes, 86% recycled, 100% recyclable.
Right, well, we did do a comparison just to show how much more superior this compost is. Have a look. We always say our premium professional compost is the absolute best, so we are going to put it to the test. We have been to the garden centre to buy another compost. We have also got 2 of our garden-ready plug plants and 2 clear vessels that we have put some drainage holes in the bottom of. So let's get planting and see what happens. So there we have it. I've got my 2 garden-ready plants, 1 in the premium professional compost, 1 in another compost. We're going to put them in exactly the same place. We're going to treat them the same. We're going to see what happens. And here they are 4 months later. They've both obviously grown, but let's take a closer look. So first, the plant in the competitor compost. Let's have a look inside. As I pull that out, you can see that there is some root growth, but that is really going to be struggling to reach for its nutrients because it has not formed that nice strong root structure. And now the plant in our premium professional compost, as I pull that out, you can absolutely see the difference. The roots go right the way to the bottom of the pot, which means we're going to have a stronger, longer lasting display from this plant. So if you want stronger and healthier and better looking plants and you have not tried our premium professional compost, there has never been a better time. Now, bearing in mind that we did that over winter, you'll see a massive difference happen at this time of year when plants are, more actively growing. That root comparison would happen within, I'd say, 4 weeks at this time of year. You'll see that difference. And it all starts with the roots, and that's why this premium professional compost is premium and professional and the only one that we use. 100125, the item number. You can double up today as well, which everybody's going to need to do. There's lots of jobs we've still got to do in the garden. I've got 2 massive, great big raised planters to fill. I won't be using entirely this, but I will be mixing it in because I know how good this is. So I know I need loads of these. Right, 100125 is the item number. Another thing that you might need at the moment is the Strulch. Strulch is your answer to stopping the slugs and snails eating your hostas.
It is. I've done it the last few days. My raised bed at the back of my garden that I've got all my hostas in, they were starting to get nibbled by the slugs and snails. Night before last, I went out and put a 3-4 inch layer of Strulch all the way over the raised bed, all the way around the hostas. Not a single bite, nibble or hole in the leaves since.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and I'm really glad I've hacked off those slugs slugs and snails.
Carrying on.
There's no slugs in my garden, but there are slugs and snails. Yeah, and this Strulch, it's not toxic, which is good. It doesn't kill the slugs and snails, so they're still there for the thrushes and the hedgehogs to eat. Loads of other things it does as well. It keeps the weeds at bay, keeps the moisture in, stops the soil being eroded during the winter time. It stops the frost getting down into the ground to those delicate bulbs and roots as well. And as it breaks down over a couple of years, it adds all sorts of nutrients to the soil. It increases worm activity. It was developed in the UK. It's a UK-based product, so it is just 5-star all the way for me.
All the way. And I've had loads of messages from people actually saying that, and this is not advertised as a benefit, but I have had several people message me saying it's stopped the cats from doing their business in their pots and borders. I can vouch for that.
We did the same out the front. Yeah, John, because John has a terrible problem with cats pooing in his front garden.
Yeah.
And last year, John put Strulch down just to keep the slugs and snails away. And it was weird. The area where the Strulch was, the cats did not go to the toilet.
So it might be another benefit for you if you want to stop the cats from going there. As I say, it's not an advertised benefit, but I've heard several people say the same thing. Right, 100149, you'll get 2 of those 9-kilogram bags. Each one covers 3 square metres, so it does go a long way. Doesn't have to just go in borders, can go in the top of your pots as well. Right, and finally, we've already mentioned it, but just in case you do need it, we have got the Ericaceous compost available for you on that double-up deal. This is for your acid-loving plants, your rhodies, azaleas, gardenias, citrus plants, blueberries.
And also today we've got a cranberry, haven't we? I think as well.
Oh, cranberry, yes, that's another one that likes Ericaceous.
So it's just like our premium professional blend that we're standing in front of now, except it's lime-free. So there's none of that nasty lime that upsets those ericaceous loving plants.
And of course, with all these bagged products, it's wonderful that we do deliver them free of charge of postage. Sorry, you have to pay for the product, but you don't have to pay postage on these. It's just dead easy then, isn't it? They're brought direct to your door. Right, we're going to move on. We have got, and this is the first time we brought these in as well, we have got the pre-made hanging baskets. Now, we do various different options when it comes to these. The ones we're bringing you today are the... the pair of pre-planted Patriot Petunia hanging baskets.
That's very alliterative,
isn't it?
Yes.
I've always been good at tongue twisters.
That's good. These are great now. I mean, strictly speaking, it's not blue. It's a lovely, lovely deep purple.
Yeah.
But look at the contrast of those, and look how vigorous and healthy those petunias are, and in no time at all, they are going to be tumbling over the side of that hanging basket.
If you have a look, here's a pair, so you will get 2 of them. Obviously, we're just demonstrating that you can hang them up, but you can see there's flowers and flower buds waiting to open up. You can see the pot at the moment, but
Not
soon you won't be able to.
No, because they'll just sprawl over the side. They'll gently kind of cover that pot. But also, if you want, you can just take the hangers off and you can just sit these on a table. You don't have to hang them up. You could have one on the table, one hanging up. Completely and utterly up to you. Feed them well, though. Petunias do like to be fed well. Use our blooming fast. And then obviously water them. And they will look glorious all the way through the summer, right up until September, even October. And a little later in the summer, if they do get a little bit leggy and a little bit sad, you can prune petunias back by a third or a half, feed them, and that reinvigorates them. And then you end up with, an even better display or an even longer display. So
oh my word! Look at those colours.
They are great, aren't they? I mean, that is so bright, so cheery, and that's not AI. That's not Photoshop. That is exactly what you can achieve.
What's the percentage of flags in the world that have got the red, white, and blue combination? Nobody's going to know the answer to this, are they? But it's some ridiculous amount, like 84% or something or other, have the colour combination red, white, and blue. There is a reason for that. There's such good colours to put together. So that is just a professional display for you that will fill out and give you a wonderful display all summer long. Make sure you deadhead, and that is not just pulling the flowers out. You do need to snip behind, don't you?
Yes, yeah.
I used to think that was deadheading, and it's not.
You've got to get the flower right off the end, the little stalky bit, or the not the petiole, the pedicel. That's what we call a flower stalk. Yeah.
Snip them.
Snip them.
45004. You'll get both of those hanging baskets delivered direct to your door. If you haven't had time, you can't be bothered, you didn't get round to it, you can still have beautiful hanging baskets. Right, we brought you over. We haven't even bothered to put the picture out for this one, because who needs a picture when the plant looks like this? This is the Dutia Million Stars pink carpet.
It's a hell of a name, isn't it? A lot of words going on there.
Look at it,
but
though.
It is really, really, really just quite incredible, this plant. I mean, it only gets to about 50 to 75 centimetres tall, a similar kind of spread, and I would put it in a pot that is reasonably high, because it does sort of gently cascade over the side of the pot or the planter it's in. And that where Jake has gone in close at the moment, you can see there the beautiful stamens in the middle contrasting with the pink and white striped flowers. It's called a million stars. I don't think you get a million flowers on these, but it wouldn't be an exaggeration to say in excess of 1,000 flowers on one of these. I mean, this is just covered, and 6 weeks of colour wouldn't be out the question for this. And also it will give you little sporadic flowerings a little later in the season as well.
Yep.
It's very, very tough and hardy. The leaves turn a lovely yellow in the autumn before they drop. It will sit quietly through the coldest, meanest, nastiest winters. Every spring it will bud up, and it will just give you this joy, this colour. Deutzias years ago used to be big, tall, lanky things. Now they're compact enough to grow in a pot. Of course, you can grow it in the ground if you want to as well. And this is the size of the plant, and this is what yours is going to look like when you get it home. This is not an example. This is how they look right now on the nursery.
So you're getting it in its full glory, but obviously it is a winter hardy perennial, so you'll get that beautiful look every single year. And a nice compact plant. If you're a container gardener, this would be perfect, and it would just tumble over the edges as well and give you a really pretty display. It is on a double up deal, so it's double up for an extra £10 here, basically. Put 2 in your basket, enter the code. That's how you get. We don't automatically put a second one in your basket. You have to choose whether you're going for 1 or 2. So put a second one in if you want to get that double up deal. I think that's going to be a really pretty springtime display every year for you. Super low maintenance, a nice little light trim back. Would you do that after it's finished flowering?
Yeah, if you're going to trim it, do it immediately after it's flowered. Then all the new stems it creates thereafter, that will be your flowering wood for 2027.
There you go, nice and simple. 511678 is the item number if you would like to go for that. Neil, I've seen your question. I will come to that in a second, my lovely. We've got the geranium bullseye mix for you coming up next. I've got to do it.
Now, these remind you of somebody, didn't they?
Oh, my dear old grandma. I miss her. She was amazing. But yes,
lovely.
They remind me of my grandma every time I smell geranium. It smells like her porch. She used to have this wonderful little, lean-to. She would always be in there. Every single time you'd go around to visit, she'd be sitting there with her crossword, normally having a snooze. And you'd walk in, and that would be the smell, because she used to grow them on the windowsills.
It's lovely. And sort of the sense of smell is the one that triggers memory the most as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really, really evocative. So these have the fragrant foliage, as Bex has already mentioned, but also they've got the lovely dark colour in the foliage as well, this dark variegation with the green around the edge. And then, of course, when you look at the flowers, they contrast so gloriously well with these beautiful, beautiful flower colours. You get in the deep pink, the light pink, the salmon, the red. Really, really lovely, lovely colour mix there. And these are good for very hot, sunny situations. And geraniums are definitely the most drought tolerant of all the summer bedding plants you could grow. You could plant up a pot of geraniums. You could not water them for a month, and if it didn't even rain, they'd still be alive.
Still be all right.
Yeah, they are remarkably resilient. They arrive to you as these perfect little plants. They're just so ideal. Look at these. Lovely, lovely root system there as well. There'll even be little flower buds already. In fact, there's already a little flower bud.
There he is.
There you go. Look, right, just behind my finger there. See that little flower bud already. So these are going to start flowering really soon, very, very soon. They'll get to about 12, 18 inches tall. They'll flower all the way up until the first frost. And honestly, if you can, lift them at the end of the year. You can bring them indoors, you can keep them on a bright windowsill, in the kitchen or somewhere, or a cool spare room. They'll keep flowering through the winter indoors for you. Next spring, you can plant them outside again, or you can take cuttings and create even more. So don't discard them or abandon them at the end of summer. Give them some TLC and keep enjoying them. But if you want a bedding plant that is going to give you so much and ask for so little, get hold of these. They're ready to go out now. They're going to grow away super quick, and they are just dramatic.
Okay, so those are plug plants. You'll get 12 of them for £11.04 as long as you're a club member and you have entered the code YGTV1926. Your item number that you need is 400546. If you go to our website, YouGarden.com, you can click on the Live Now button. You can see all of the items that we've got on the show. It's easy to add into your basket from there, or you can just take a note of all the item numbers and then you can type them into the search bar up at the top there. YouGarden.com is the place to go, or just into this Live Now button. If you're watching on a phone or a tablet, by the way, that might be under the little menu button. And when you scroll down, please scroll left and right across the pictures, not just up and down. It's on like a carousel. So you can't, go left and right, not just up and down, basically, and then you'll see everything that is on the show for you today. Lots and lots of options, a little bit of something for everybody. Okay, so next up, Saphinia petunias. We have got these next to Begonia apricot fiery shades, which could make a really nice planting combination, if you like. I mean, I did it last year. I did petunias and begonias.
Oh, really? That's a colour clash.
Do you know what? It's a proper clash, but I really liked it.
Well, there's no right or wrong. At the end of the day, it's what you like.
I thought it looked really good.
Well, there you go.
I don't think you'd find us selling it as a mixed pack. I don't think we'd go, oh, this is a designer collection for you. But I thought it was really good.
I've never been into this colour wheel stuff.
I've never been into it either.
All this coordinating colours in the garden. There's a field, a huge field not far from where I live, and every year it's full of yellow ragwort.
Right.
And then this purple loosestrife stuff grows in between it.
Yeah.
And I've never driven past and thought, oh, terrible colour clash. I just drive past thinking, that field looks magnificent.
I love it.
So if you love it, it's right. And you've got 6 different colours in this mix, and these are fragrant as well. Now, they're not a fragrance going to jump out at you like gardenia or something, but you can, if you get your nose in, you can get fragrance on these, and you can grow them individually, and they're labelled, by the way. So just a quick thing to tell you, on the box, you'll see, like, it might say A, B, C, D, E, F, for example. Look for the embossed lettering on the bottom that's the same, then you know which colour's which. So grow them individually, if that's what you like, or do what Bex does. And what I would do, I'd mix all the colours up.
Mix it up.
Mix it up. Yeah, I like it all mixed up. Or you could go bi-coloured. You could have just two colours in each one. Whatever you want to do. Look at the root system on these as well. Now, I would do something.
Roots and flowers. You're going to pinch them off, aren't you?
I would.
Oh!
I would just take some of those early flowers
Adam.
away.
He's taken every flower off.
When
It's
they're that
important,
small.
though.
Yeah, because
Do it.
At that point, you really want the plant to be concentrating on creating vegetative growth, not flowering growth. So do that for another couple of weeks. And then once we get till about the middle towards the end of May, that's when I'd let them go.
But the point is, look, they are healthy, they're growing, they've got amazing root system, they are producing flowers now. You can see that these are romping away very quickly, and these are Saphinia petunias, so these are the ones that are going to trail by 1 metre at least, maybe even longer than that. You've seen them up to 2 metres, haven't you?
Yeah, I've seen bonkers long.
They're strong, they're healthy, they're glorious. You will love them. If you want them for your hanging baskets or your pots or your window boxes, this is perfect. You can even grow them as ground cover if you want to. 401441 is the item number if you would like to go for the Petunia Saphinia trailing collection. It's $12.99 or $11.04 if you're in the club for 12 of those plug plants. We've got another trailing plant for you. This one is a firm customer favourite every single year. It's another one that reminds me of my grandma. She had these all around her garden.
Yep, super cascade, super cascade, super cascade. Yeah, these are lovely. My brother grows these every year as well. My brother Darren adores them, loves them. The reason being is because we never know quite sort of what summer we're going to get in the UK, do we? It could be hot and dry, like last year. It could be miserable, dull and wet. These don't care. They'll perform whatever the weather. And they will, again, I know we keep saying it, and we sound like a broken record sometimes, but they will start flowering any week now, and they will keep going all the way up, right up until the autumn, until the first frosts. And if you've got these in hanging baskets, at the end of the year, you can cut off the growth on top. If you put the hanging baskets somewhere frost-free for the winter, dry them out, bring them back out in the spring and we re-water them and feed them, you can get these to come back because they'll form little tubers. But Before that point, you'll get this. You'll get months and months of these kaleidoscopic colours, pinks, oranges, yellows, whites, reds. You'll get male and female flowers. They even what's called self-cling. They deadhead themselves, so you don't even need to worry about that. Water them well, feed them well. The leaves on their own are fabulous. If these never flowered, a lot of people would grow them just for the foliage, like Coleus, for example. But beautifully grown on, they can go outside pretty much any time now in most parts of the UK and just enjoy those colours for such a long period of time.
400543, the item number. 12 of those plug plants, £11.04 is your discount club price. I really like the combination between the flowers and the foliage on begonias as well. I think it's sometimes it's all about the flowers. Here, it's actually the mixture of the two things. Right, another one. Mine are grown away beautifully in the garden. The Verbena Bonariensis. It's a designer's dream when it comes to, being able to put together planting schemes and still be able to see through it.
Yes, borders without barriers, indeed. And these are really, really nice. Mine are already about sort of 12, 18 inches tall.
Oh, yours are bigger than mine.
Yeah, romping away well. And these can get to a couple of metres high, even taller than that. And again, I know we say it every time, but seriously, this is a ridiculously long flowering perennial plant because they do come back year after year. Multi-stemmed. Look at the root system. These are crazy. Just A1 5-star quality plants. They will definitely flower for you this year. And you can see there, this is actually Sean's garden there with those verbenas, and we're gonna show you a little bit of a VT of these now. So take a look.
Well, my patio looks a little bit severe and harsh, I think you'll agree. But if I take you around this side, I actually planted last year Verbena Bonariensis, and I just love this because you still get the view, but it softens the whole border. And I just adore these like pom-poms of purple. And it's a massive one for the pollinators as well. You get so many bees just dancing around here. But Verbena Bonariensis, it's often known as a transparent plant. And what it does, it really highlights other plants in your beds and borders without dominating. You can always see through it. You've got these lovely kind of, I always call them like plants that look like they've done Pilates, because you've got these long, lean kind of stems and side stems, and there's these little purple pom-poms on the edge of every one. So they never block, they never dominate, they never overtake, but they complement all the other plants in the garden. Now, these are in full flower right now. Last year, I let them go to seed. I want to show you what's happened. So if you come and take a look down here, I mentioned that I let these go to seed last year. They look really attractive during the winter, but look, there are now hundreds of mini Verbena Bonariensis. Look, loads and loads of these. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to dig these up and I'm going to plant them all the way around the garden. So imagine what I've got here. I can have the other side of the patio, and then I really want, that border's a bit dull over there, so I'm just going to plant dozens of Verbena Bonariensis, and I think it's going to look great. And all these plants were free just from the seeds from these.
It's pretty, isn't it, though? And that's exactly what we're talking about, borders without barriers and softening what should have been a very hard edge there on that patio. It looks absolutely beautiful. I'm thinking about using it to divide the lawn. Anyway, you'll see pictures on it when I get round to it. 560910, the item number, and you can double up. I have to do it now. I have to get now while the double up deal is there. 12.72 for 3 of them, 19.97 for 2 lots. That's 6 pots, but take your 15% discount off there as well. That seems like a crazy price, but there you go. 560910, the item number. I've got 2 minutes for emails. Neil has received his Petunia Sophinia collection plugs today. Can I plant them straight out? I'm going to say no, Neil. But you're in the Peak District, you see, and you might still get some frost. So I would probably grow those on just a little bit. Or, yes, plant them out, but keep an eye out for those late frosts.
Absolutely.
Just because of where you are, my lovely. You're a bit further north than we are, and I think you've got the potential of still getting some frosts going on. Right, Mauricia, I cannot pronounce this. What's that, a calycanthus?
Oh, calycanthus. I've got 2 of those.
Calycanthus?
Yeah.
She's got a calycanthus flowering. I've never seen that one before.
Yeah, I've got mine's flowering just like that in my corner of my garden as well. They're beautiful, really unusual. Again, we ought to have those. We ought to sell those because people will adore them. get white ones as well.
Beautiful, Marisia. Thank you for sending that. Lovely. Anne has messaged in. So this is about the lantana, if anybody got those. Hi, happy people. We are happy.
Hello.
I have taken delivery of the lantana and I want to know if I should pinch them out or not, as they do look a bit leggy, but they are still tiny. We're saying no to pinching out, aren't we?
Yeah, I would leave those. I'd just let those go for the time being. Yeah. Once they've grown on a little bit, then you could perhaps pinch them out a little bit then.
Oh, hello.
I'd tell you, I might even take those flowers off, though, those first flowers.
Oh, would you? I've planted mine and I've got loads of flowers. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, I might just reduce the flower down a little bit.
And what's this gorgeous beauty here?
Oh, that's like some sort of tree peony to me.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's a stunner, Anne.
Yes. Very, very nice.
Look at that.
I don't know the variety. I haven't got a clue, but I think it is a peony or indeed a tree peony. Or it could be one of the intermediate peonies.
Oh, I'd just spend my days looking at that. That's beautiful.
Because they've now crossed tree peonies with the herbaceous peonies.
Right.
Peonies, yeah, and created the sort of an intermediate kind of peony that looks a cross between the two.
Nice. Tony. Hello, Tony. He's having problems with his Miner's Merlot. Miner's Merlot flowered brilliantly, but are now looking a bit worse for wear. What am I doing wrong? I don't want to lose them. Also, 2 extra pictures of my azaleas. Right, these aren't looking very happy, Tony. And I'm not sure what you're doing wrong. They're in pots. Tony does a lot of container gardening. They're looking... I don't know.
Is the foliage been a bit sticky on those as well? Because
they do get aphids, don't they?
They can be attacked by aphids, and I think yours might have come under attack.
So I did have loads of aphids on my euphorbias recently, and I blasted them with a hose pipe, and that seemed to fix it. Got rid of them, but I caught it early.
Yeah, don't give up on them. I would trim that top growth off.
I would.
Get yourself an organic spray. There's a company called Provanto, Provanto. They do an organic spray that you can spray on those. And I think if you keep the bugs, the aphids away, they will regenerate from the base.
You do get regenerative growth coming from the base. So the top stems, they can be trimmed right back. It happened to mine as well, and it grows really quickly. So yeah. Do that, Tony, and hopefully that will fix them for you. All right, we will go on to the other pictures in a little while. Still got another couple from Neil and from Karen, but we do want to bring you the citrus tree collection because this is a phenomenal deal where you'll get an orange and a lemon tree in the 5-litre pots. Oh, and I forgot, you do get the citrus feed included as well, which is what you need for your ericaceous plants. I've been feeding mine with this recently too, and you can get those for $42.47. But you can double up here. You could get 2 citrus lemons, 2 citrus orange, so 4 of these in total for $89.97. Take 15% off that as well if you're a club member. I don't know the maths, but that brings it right down, doesn't it?
And if you've got a £5 voucher...
Oh, my word.
You can take even... Now, actually...
If you want to go citrus mad...
Yeah, I questioned this. When Bex put these out, I said to Bex, are you sure this is...
Yeah, he did.
This is the ones we're doing. This is that for that price. Look at these. These are flowering already.
Well, they're flowering, but they're also producing fruit. So you can see you've got the lovely flowers on here, which are gorgeously fragrant. But can you see all these green bits that you can see in here? Look, green there, and in there, and in there, and in there, look. Those are all... Which one am I looking at? That's going to be the lemon, isn't it? Those are all lemons that are growing on here. And if we go over this side, down here, look, can you see?
Loads of oranges.
There's oranges actually growing on these plants as well. So...
That one.
I mean, oh, God, yeah, there's a really big one up here. I'm not going to say I can guarantee that yours are going to come with the fruits on, but I can almost guarantee it. Look.
Yeah, well, once they get to this size, they do start flowering. And the nice thing about citrus, once they get going, they do lots of things all at the same time. So as your plants get bigger, they'll be flowering. They'll have the embryonic fruit, as Beck showed you a moment ago. They'll have fruit that's developing, and you'll have fruit that's ready for harvesting. It can take 9 months to a year for the fruits to become ready to pick. And they do it in weird ways. You might get a fruit develop in January that's ready just before Christmas, or it might start developing in July and it's not ready till April, May the following year. But it'll all be going on at the same time. They've got lovely evergreen foliage. The fragrance is gorgeous. They just need, it's a tale of 2 seasons with these. So late autumn, they need to come indoors, but they don't need to be mollycoddled. A cool room, lots and lots of light, reduce the watering down, keep them frost-free. They'll be very happy like that through till spring. As soon as the risk of the last frost has gone in spring, reintroduce them into the sunlight gradually over a couple of weeks. If you put them straight out in full sun, the leaves will get bleached and scorched. So do it gradually, and then you can leave them outside in full sun all the way through the summer. And if you ever want to repot them, use ericaceous compost. That's really, really important. You're getting the citrus feed anyway down here that will have all the little trace elements in that they love. And you will be able to grow proper size oranges and lemons. They're not going to give you little diddly ornamental ones.
No, proper size.
Proper size edible fruit.
Now, just to give you an idea of the pricing here, so if you are doubling up and you're getting 4 trees, 2 lemons, 2 oranges, that breaks down to £18.74 per tree. We've not taken into account the citrus feed. We're pretending that's just like free in the deal. So £18.74 per tree. I admit 4 citrus trees is maybe a lot for some people, so maybe it's just the maybe it's just the pair that you're going for. That still breaks down to £21.25, let's say, each tree. So that is an amazing price, no matter which way you go for it, whether that's you go for the pair or you go for the 2 pairs. 680021 is the item number. Make sure you've got your ericaceous compost. You're already getting your ericaceous feed, and you can feed them, probably weekly during spring and summer?
Weekly, fortnightly, when you water, just part of the watering regime.
But just during spring and summer, once you bring them indoors, you'd probably stop feeding at that point and really reduce your watering down. The fragrance from those flowers is that's why I got citrus in my home.
I can smell it from here.
I love it. It's so sweet. It's delicious.
It's lovely, isn't it?
All right, we're going to do a quick recap, and then we're going to move over because we've got loads more plants to show you. So let's give you a quick reminder of some of the things you've seen, and we've still got just under an hour remaining to show you all the deals. Starting off with the Begonia Sahara then. These are the ones that you can plant sun or shade, basically. This is a brilliant one for the slightly more shady spots in the garden. You don't get that very often with summer bedding. Most summer bedding needs to be in a really sunny spot, but Begonia Sahara will keep flowering all the way through the summer, whether you put it in sun or shade. You have amazing foliage on here as well, and I say this about every begonia, basically. It's not just about the flower, it is about the combination of the flower and the foliage with begonias. Beautiful greens, also really dark foliage, stunning, stunning colours on all of the flowers, and you can grow them in so many locations. Pots, borders, window boxes, you could even put them in hanging baskets quite happily. 410206 is the item number, and these are the garden ready ones as well, so these are the larger plants. We don't call them plugs once they get to garden ready. They are plants. They're ready to go outside. Keep an eye on your frosts though, please. Just make sure. Right, moving on, we've got the Rhododendron. This is the hybrid red we've got for you in the 15cm pot. This is the one that can actually cope in more sun. We would normally say with Rhodies, make sure you put them in a part shade, dappled shade. This one can actually cope in a sunnier spot in the garden. They need acid soil. If you haven't got acid soil, plant them in a pot and use that ericaceous compost. I love Rhododendrons at this time of year. They give the most amazing display. The flowers are so perfect, they almost look fake. They're absolutely brilliant. 511672 is the item number. Make sure you're using your code, please, YGTV1926, and if you are doubling up on any of the double up deals, make sure you put 2 in your basket. We don't automatically do that for you. Right, we've got the fuchsias. Yes, thankfully, they're back in stock. Every year we wait for these, and every year they're so very popular. These can be created into the tree shape, so you could leave them as they are and leave the lower branches on, or if you'd like more of a, the standard shape, the lollipop shape, you can remove the lower branches and create that standard shape from them. They are perennial, but they will need winter protection, so I would recommend container growing, because then you can move them to give them the protection that they need. You can get one for $16.99, or you can double up for $27.99, but obviously as a club member you'll get an extra 15% off that. It is a surprise which colour you will get, but they're all stunning, so it doesn't matter. You'll get a beautiful one no matter what. 450098, the item number. Oleander, Oleander. It's a triple colour that you're getting here. So sorry. It's the tricolour bush you're getting, so it's the pink, the red and the white all in one pot. Looks like it's growing as one plant, but it's actually 3 plants in the one pot. Flowers all the way through the summer, evergreen foliage. Give it a little bit of winter protection for the first year or 2. After that, you're probably, and I say this as a vague one, it depends where you live, but they do get tougher the older they get. We would class them as half-hardy plants, so, down to -5 quite happily. 680346, no need to decide which colour. You're going to get all 3 colours included. 680346, the item number. And you can double up as well. Sorry, I forgot to say that. Now we've got the Dutia, the Million Stars Pink Carpet, a beautiful spring flowering shrub. Doesn't get massive, about 50 by by 50 centimetres. Amazing flower power here, really intricate, beautiful, you know, pink outers on the petals. You've got the yellow stamen in the centre there. It's going to be fantastic at bringing pollinators in. And for about 5 or 6 weeks, it's just going to get covered in those beautiful flowers. Deciduous plant, drops its leaves in winter, but tough, hardy, and can cope in, well, any soil basically. Sunny spot in the garden, but you could container grow it as well if you want to. 5 to 1, 6, 7, 8, and if you want to double up, then you can add 2 of those into your basket and use the code. And if you want to copy Sean Ryan, then go for it. Get yourself some Verbena Bonariensis. Borders without barriers, a beautiful plant, easy, hardy, you know, tall, self-seeds happily. You can create new plants from it, gets bigger and better as the years go on, regrows from the base every single year.
Is that Sean or the Verbena?
The Verbena. Regrows from the base every year and gets lovely and tall. I mean, we are talking 6 feet, even 2 metres potentially. I'm always amazed at this time of year when I go out and look at the Verbena Bonariensis. Because seriously, some days you look and you're like, it's put on 10 centimetres overnight. It just grows so quickly. I love it.
And if you want butterflies,
yeah, really good.
Oh,
it's really good.
They just flock to it, don't they, the butterflies?
Sunny spot if you can. I have put it in a part shade one. And it's not ideal. It will grow, but it'll take a bit longer to establish. If you want it in and you want it growing quick, go for a full sun position. 560910, the item number for your Verbena Bonariensis. And you can double up, so you can go for... I'm going to have to place an order today because that deal is too good. I'm not going to miss it. Yeah, you're only spending £5 more to get 3 more pots. That's crazy. I'm doubling up. Right, let's bring you back over then. We're on to the favourites table again. We're going to talk to you about those beautiful Begonia Saharas. It is the first lot of garden-ready plants that we've brought into the potting shed.
And these are garden ready. Look at the root system. Really lovely, well-developed root system there. Look at that, all the way down to the base of the compost. Perfectly formed plant as well, and even a little cheeky flower already on these. And these will flower now, and they'll still be flowering like this in October, even through to early November. I've got lots of these coming on. I bought them as the little pro plugs. These are the garden ready plugs, the other end of the scale. And I grow them for 2 reasons. First of all, they do fabulously well in the shady part of my garden. And secondly, they flower non-stop for months and months and months. They're even reasonably drought tolerant, these as well, although they do quite well in damp soils. You don't need to deadhead them. And you can grow them in the sun if you want to. Don't have to be shade. They will grow in sunnier places and practically anywhere. The ground, the beds, the borders, the rockery, the window boxes, the hanging baskets, the pots and troughs and raised beds and gaps and all over the place. It's
the sort of plant actually that you see in commercial planting, you know, because it just flowers constantly and is really easy and can cope with absolutely everything. You're getting 10 garden-ready plants. We're giving you a £1 discount there. I know it's not a huge discount, but listen, it all adds up. And you'll get 10 of those garden-ready plants delivered direct to your door for £10.19 if you're a club member and you use the code YGTV1926. 410206 is the item number you need for that one. Now, we've got the fuchsias for you, but these are the hardy fuchsias. These are the fuchsias with the future.
They are, indeed, because they will come back year after year. They can get to 1.5 metres, 2 metres tall eventually. 6 beautiful colours on there as well. You could pinch these out again. They've already been pinched out once, so they're multi-branch, but you could pinch them out a second time if you want to. Bex and I both agree we would pot these on, probably into a litre-sized pot, for example. Grow them on for another 4 or 5 weeks until they're doubled or trebled in size. They've got a nice sturdy root system, and then plant them in their permanent position. You don't want to have to move these once they're in the ground. They need to be at least 1 metre, 1.5 metres apart if you're going to put them in the garden to give them space long term. And they'll do one of 2 things. So at the end of a mild winter, they can keep growing pretty much where they left off the previous year. At the end of a very cold winter, the stems can get knocked back by the frost almost towards ground level. But don't worry, because they will come back from underground. In fact, right now, the hardy fuchsias are already sending out lots of beautiful, lovely green and red shoots. And in no time at all, they'll get back to their original size, and they can give you 5 to 6 months of flower, almost up until Christmas time sometimes. Honestly, they are, I've seen them with my own eyes. They are extraordinary, and a bit like the begonias, they have a kind of an extra flush of activity in the autumn. I think when the days cool down a little bit and the ground gets a little bit damper, they actually like that. And that's indicative of where they like to be in the garden. If you can keep them somewhere where they've got a nice moist root run, and they're not getting that full-on, really baking midday sun, that's where they're really, really happy. You're going to save £7 on these, and you're going to have these for 15, 20, 25 years.
Whoa. Brilliant for the pollinators. Make sure you keep feeding them, grow them on a little bit, and you'll have some amazing displays. 400947 12 plug plants. Seriously break that price down per plant, and then for how long you're going to have them and for how long they're going to flower. That is phenomenal. Right, moving on, we have got the Berberis. This is called Orange Sunrise. This is about contrast foliage, isn't it?
Look at the pictures.
I mean, get this planted where it's going to seriously contrast with some other more maybe verdant green foliage around it, and that's going to really make it highlight.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got something else that will look brilliant under it in a moment. We've got some black snake grass. Now, that will look awesome underneath this. These can get to about a metre and a half tall, and they have got what's known as a fastigiate kind of growth habit. So, you know those big poplar trees that you see growing in rows in the countryside? That's how these grow. They grow up, but they grow narrow. And all the way from spring through to late autumn, the colour will change. So when they first come into leaf, they'll have one colour. They'll have their summer kind of colours on. In the autumn, Berberis also have gorgeous autumn colour as well. And they can flower for you. They have normally like yellow, orangey little clusters of flowers. These will give you drama. They'll look great standing on their own. You can grow them in pots and containers, and we'll give you a few serving suggestions in a moment of some of the other plants we're going to look at that could look really good growing around the base of these. They're very hardy. They'll get through the winter time. They're long-lived, easy to look after, don't need pruning or shaping, and they'll just come back year after year looking glamorous, glorious and colourful.
Okay, so you can double up here if you want to. The deal is for 3 9cm pots, but for an extra £10, you can get 6 of those. Make sure you use your discount as well, £24.97, 30. So it's £10 if you're a non-club member. It's £8.50 if you are a club member. And you'll get 3 more pots included, so just under £3 a pot. That is a really good price. You'd be paying £7 or £8 per pot normally in a garden centre. 511 677 is the item number if you'd like to do that. Make sure you put 2 lots in your basket if you're doubling up and use the code. Now, it's Jake's pick of the show for you next. This is the beautiful Rhododendron Hybrid Red, or Nova Zembla.
Yeah, Nova Zembla. And Nova Zembla is well known in the rhododendron world for being a rhododendron that puts up with full sun and will tolerate heat. Quite often we talk about rhodies, azaleas. We say to you, grow them in the same areas as Japanese maples, cool, dappled shade. But this one, if you've got a garden that's very, very sunny, you haven't really got a particularly shady area, and you've always loved rhododendrons this time of year, this is your chance. You can grow this beautiful plant in that sunny spot. There's just a couple of essential things. If you've got acid soil, and you'll know that because you've got rhodies and other things growing happily, you can put this in the ground with all your other plants. If not, and you still want it, get yourself a container, get some ericaceous compost, and it will grow year after year in that container. They make great container plants. They can get to about a couple of metres tall eventually. You can prune them immediately after they're finished flowering if you ever want to, but they're tough. They'll get through the frost, the cold during the winter. They'll keep those beautiful glossy evergreen leaves all the way through, and then every year you'll see these great big fat buds starting to develop, and from the first little bit of colour to the very final flower could be about 4 to 6 weeks. Just one final thing to say about these, always make sure from end of May through to about the middle of August, you keep them very well hydrated, because that's the time they start to form the flower buds for the following year. And if you let them get drought stressed, quite often they just shed those buds, and then you'll lose out on flower.
Okay, so 511672, the item number here. Go to yougarden.com to place your order. If you do want to double up, you can here. Put 2 in your basket and use the code for the extra discounts. And the final one on the favourites table is the beautiful Rudbeckia 3 9cm pots, a slightly later summer flowering perennial.
Gorgeous. Definitely the second half of the season one, this one, right the way up into autumn. These daisy-like flowers, dark centre. Hundreds of flowers on these eventually, when you get loads and loads of clumps of them. They're adored by the pollinating insects. Each flower, individual flower, lasts weeks, 2 or 3, 4 weeks, even for one single flower. And this is what they look like when they get established, and yours will flower this year. They are very, very quick to establish. They form a lovely, lovely colony that eventually you can lift and divide late winter, early spring. They don't need staking or supporting. Full sun, part sun, beds and borders. Of course, you can grow them in a pot or container as well. They die down in the autumn. They kind of sit at ground level with just a few little leaves sometimes at ground level through the winter time. And then every year in the spring, they come back and they just give you joy, colour and the brightness of those incredible yellow flowers.
And they're big flowers as well. I know it's a daisy-like, but that's the shape of them. Like they are, you know, a really decent size. Pollinators love them. And it's a no-maintenance plant. You just leave them alone. They do their own thing and get bigger and better over the years. Now, a double-up deal is available. Of course it is. That's the theme of the show today. So you can get 6 of those pots delivered. And this one is double up for £5 more, which is just a bit of a crazy price, if you ask me. But there you go. You can get 6 of those pots. That'll give you long-lasting, gorgeous beauty in your garden.
So that's 6 for £19.97.
Yeah, and then take 15% off if you're a club member. I know.
I mean, the size of those there, I've said it before, some garden centres would have those in a 2-litre pot and charge you £8-9 each.
Absolutely. Right, remember there are 2 prices on screen. There is a higher price and then there's the price you want to pay, which is our club price. Would you like to join the club?
If you love your garden as much as we love ours, then why not join the YouGarden Discount Club?
The club has been running for many years and it's where thousands of our customers enjoy a whole host of benefits to ensure that they get the most out of their gardens for less.
Now is a great time to join the YouGarden Discount Club as the benefits have just got even better. So what do you get when you join the club?
Firstly, our members will get bigger discount rates all year round. So you'll now receive 15% off our range of plants and accessories, and that's on top of any other discounts you might have.
For those bigger investments such as garden furniture or lawnmowers, for example, you now get 7.5% discount on all of our outdoor living and machinery range.
In addition to the ongoing discounts, you'll also get more voucher value when you join or renew your club membership. We will send you 4 £5 product vouchers, which you can redeem throughout the year against the cost of your orders.
And as a new added benefit, you will now receive 2 free P&P vouchers, which can be redeemed against the cost of your shipping.
Club members get priority access to exclusive offers and brand new products at our best prices.
We'll keep you up to date with fantastic advice and top tips from our grown experts and professional gardeners to make sure that you get the most from your new purchases and existing plants. The best way to join the club is with our auto-renewal subscription. You'll pay £10 per year, then at the end of the year, we will automatically renew your membership to ensure you retain all of your benefits. Plus, the price you pay when you join will never go up for as long as you remain a member. And that's a guarantee.
And remember, when you join the club, you will start saving from the very first order you make, as the discounts will be applied immediately. So with all that the YouGarden Discount Club has to offer, why not join us and start saving today?
We'd love to help you make the most of your garden for less with the YouGarden Discount Club.
He's got a right smug face at the end of that video. He goes... It always makes me chuckle. Is he still on QVC or is he finished? Let us know. I don't know what he's doing today.
He's there permanent for the whole month.
He's always
they're going to keep him in one of those cages that they keep the plants in.
He certainly started out because you were watching him. So is he still on or is he finished? Right, let's bring you over. We've got more plants to show you. We've got the beautiful Ophiopogon or black dragon grass. It's one of Adam's absolute favourites. And I can see why it's just got... Right, so sometimes things are called black and they're not really black. This is proper black coloured. It's not a grass, it's a type of lily family, but yeah, it's proper black colour. Let's get one out the pot, this will be hilarious. Yeah, it'll be rooty, won't it?
Oh, yeah, there we go. Every time, look at that. Fabulous, massive root system. Look at that, so good. Gorgeous root system on these. Now, I've seen these growing all sorts of places. So in my own garden, I've got a colony of these now that are spread about almost a metre square from the original few plants. They flower, they have these lovely little purpley pink flowers that produce dark black berries. And ironically, if you hunt right down to the bottom of the leaves and look right at the base, they are green when they first come through, but very quickly they turn this dark colour. Now, where I've got them growing at home, they're in a very north-facing, damp, cool, shady border, and they've spread really well. There's a garden I look after on the same housing estate as I live on. The lady there has got those in a south-facing border, and they're still thriving. They don't spread quite as well. So in other words, they'll take really dry, hot conditions, or they'll take very cool, damp, shady conditions. They are very, very adaptable plants. They never get more than about 5 or 6 inches tall. They keep this lovely evergreen foliage all the year through, and they make really great contrasts with so many other different plants. We're going to mention something called angel's wings in a moment, a type of Senecio, and that's almost got like a pure silvery white leaf on it. And if you wanted to plant 2 plants that would contrast brilliantly, you couldn't get a better mix.
We definitely want you to do this planting combination, honestly, it's amazing. Right, you can double up here, so you can go through the 3 9cm pots, and what is it? It's £5 more to double up, isn't it? Yeah, so just £5 more to double up and get 6 of those 9cm pots. It's just a cool deal. I love that. 560219. But then if we bring in the Senecio angel wings for you, which I've always adored this plant, you can see it, can't you?
You can. I'm always tempted to
those
run out and
together,
grab one, but
that's going to look absolutely amazing planted together. Now, Senecio does need some winter protection, though, doesn't it?
It does, but I've seen this in some of my customers' gardens go through the winter time on very sunny, well-drained, sandy soils.
Right.
And the leaves are quite leathery. But it's awesome, this is dramatic, this plant. As Bex just said, imagine planting one of these and then underplanting it with the black snake grass.
So good.
That would be dramatic. That would be really, really, those 2 extremes. And of course, if you put them in a pot or a container, then you could use some gravel as well. You could go for an intermediate colour, perhaps sort of a grey coloured gravel, and that would contrast again with this and the actual black snake grass.
Love it. All right, you can double up on that one for an extra, £12 on that one. So you can get 3 9cm pots, or you can double up and go for 6 of those 9cm pots for those extra discounts. If you want to do that, please make sure you put 2 lots in your basket. Enter the code. That's where your discounts will come. This week's code is YGTV 1926. That means we are... Oh, no, we're not halfway through the year yet.
Oh, don't say that.
Not yet. No, we're not. I'll let you know when we are.
No, don't talk about it. It's going to stay May for another 2 or 3 months. The government have organised it to stay as it is, another 2 or 3 months.
May is a nice month, isn't it? Right, let's move on. We've got the gardenia for you. Now, I have got a gardenia, but I've got the other one.
There's Climbs Hardy.
Climbs Hardy, that's the one I've got.
Pinwheel.
This one's the pinwheel, OK? So this is the one that's got the wonderful pinwheel-shaped flowers. Why have I got gardenia in my garden? Because it smells flipping amazing.
And also, if you'd have told me that about 15, 20 years ago, I'd have said, because you're an idiot.
Yeah, you can't put it in your garden.
Yeah.
It's tender plant.
Yeah, they were house plants when I was a kid. Now they can go outside. They can be hardy to -10.
Yeah.
-10.
Well, I did not give mine winter protection. I mean, it's in a pot, it's, on the patio, didn't give it winter protection, and it's just getting ready to burst into flower.
Weirdly enough, there are another one, though, that needs the ericaceous soil. So ericaceous compost or acid soil. Evergreen, keeps these glossy leaves all the year through.
Very glossy leaves as well.
And actually, I think...
Is that a flower? Is it a flower?
Yeah, look, Bex. There's all these little flower buds. Yeah, there you go.
The fragrance you're going to get from these flowers.
Leaf out the way for you, Jake. There you go.
Gardenia. In fact, I think I've got my gardenia perfume on at the moment. The perfume, the fragrance you get from gardenia flowers is insane.
Yeah, there's a great big fat bud in here.
Yeah.
So, in fact, there's this one, the same as well. That's even more advanced, that bud. So yours will flower for you this year. Get them home, put them in the sun. Do you have yours in sun or part sun or shade?
It's part shade, to be honest. I found that full sun, they don't really thrive. I find a part shade. I've got it next to the big Acer, that lovely big red Acer I've got.
Yeah.
I've got it on the ground there, so it gets a little bit of sun and it's dappled shade.
Dappled shade, because I think if you put these in full sun, they can get a bit bleached out, can't they, and a bit stressed. And they do like a moisture retentive soil, but I tell you what, if you want fragrance, and we bring you so many plants that are fragrant, but if we had to do a top 5, this would be in the top 5. We'd probably talk about these. We'd probably talk about Traculospermum, tuberose, citrus, and then probably some of the lilacs, for example, or something like that. Easily in the top 5. Easy to grow in the beds or borders if you've got the acid soil, in pots and containers with ericaceous compost if you haven't, and enjoy gardenias now as an outdoor plant. rather than an indoor plant they always used to be years ago.
It's a lovely one, slow growing, you know, doesn't get massive. We're probably talking 40 or 50 centimetres full height, but that's going to take ages to get there. You can double up here as well if you want to. So again, you're getting extra discounts by buying more. Make sure you put 2 lots in your basket, make sure you use the code, and you'll get free postage as well, because that's what we do here on YGTV. Moving on, we've got a little bit of grow your own for you and another acid loving plant. So this is why we've got the Ericaceous compost on the show today as well. This is the blueberry collection, the one where you're getting the early, the mid and the late cropper.
Yep, so you're going to get early Hanover, you're going to get Ozark Blue, and you're going to get Blue Jay. Now the reason we're giving you 3 different types, if we gave you just one, they'd all fruit in the same period and you get a big glut. These spread out the fruiting period. As Bex has pointed out before, you can get a little bit of a crossover, but I'm going to shut up at this point and let Bex talk about these. Because the results that Bex has had are just off the scale.
Honestly, loved growing these. As you regulars know, I got these back in April of 24. They grew away happily in the first year, tripled in size, at least in 30-litre heavy-duty pots using the Ericaceous compost, sunny spot on my patio. And in the April of 25, they got absolutely covered in the beautiful bell-shaped white flowers. And I'm talking hundreds of them. Amazing. Every flower then has the potential to turn into a blueberry. Now, because you're getting the 3 different varieties, as Adam says, you will get a longer cropping season, but actually they work well together because they will cross-pollinate each other. They're self-fertile, you don't need to have them, but because they will cross-pollinate each other, you'll get a bigger amount of fruits, and the fruits can be larger as well. And then later on in the year, 25, I was picking loads of blueberries, handfuls of them, and eating them straight from the plant. They barely any of them made it inside. It's the thing that's made me actually like blueberries. I used to eat them from the supermarket because I knew they're a superfood, high in antioxidants, really good for you, but I never really enjoyed them. Now I look forward to my blueberry plants, you know, fruiting and flowering every year.
And did you find when you grew your own ones, was the skin a little bit kind of softer and thinner?
Yeah, texture's so much nicer.
Yeah, because sometimes with the supermarket ones, which I buy myself, the skins can be a little bit hard and a little bit chewy.
And it's not to do down the supermarkets at all. Nothing tastes as good as when you can pick it fresh. You know, with supermarkets, obviously, they've got to be picked and then transported and then stored, and they're not picked at the optimum moment. Because when you grow it yourself, you can pick it at the absolute optimum moment. And particularly when it's been sort of warmed by the sun, there is nothing better. Now, a couple of mistakes I made. I got lazy and I watered with the hose pipe several times, I'm not going to lie, last year, and big no-no with an acid soil plant, because what I've done is I've raised the acidity level and I've brought it more towards neutral. This year, I'm still going to get blueberries, but I'm getting nowhere near as many because I've been an idiot and I've watered with tap water. So it's fine, I'm going to fix it. Please always use rainwater, not tap water, for your acid-loving plants.
And also, they have the most incredible autumn-coloured foliage.
They do.
Really deep reds, oranges and yellows.
Now, if you do need your Ericaceous compost, we do have that available for you. You can grow these on into small pots and then go larger, or you can go straight for, I would recommend, a 30-litre heavy-duty pot per plant. But if you don't want to spend, you know, that much on compost right now, you can just go for a 60-litre bag, start them off in smaller pots and then pot them up into larger pots later on. You can double up, though, on your Ericaceous compost at the moment, so maybe now's the time for your Ericaceous, go for your pots, go for your plants, and also go for your heavy-duty pots. We've got a pack of 4 of those, which means you can have 1 for each of the plants, and then you can have 1 left over for something else. £15.27 is the price for the 4-pack of the heavy-duty pots. 130011 is your item number on there. I love them. I love them so much. I'm going to fix it, though. This time next year, I'm going to be coming in here and I'm going to be telling you, it's back to what it was. I've got amazing flowers.
Well, you've inspired me because I did a little video on these this morning. I took possession of mine about 4 or 5 days ago. First time I've ever grown them.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to the results that you've got.
Wait.
I've got my Ericaceous compost.
There we go. This time next year, we'll both be talking about it.
This afternoon, I'm going to pop them on into slightly bigger pots and looking forward to it.
All right, we've got the azalea for you. Now, lovely Ali G sent us a picture of her gorgeous azalea pink spider earlier on. This is what they are looking like. Please, please, please just take a look at those beautiful flowers. Look at the variegation you've got on the petals. I mean, some of them have got it, some of them haven't, and I actually really enjoy that about this plant.
It's great, isn't it? The mix, you know, some are pure pink, some have got the sort of the pink and white, and the petals are super, super pointed as well.
Yeah.
Not kind of more oval. This is really dramatic. It is another one that likes the ericaceous compost, though. We're on a bit of an ericaceous run along the table today. So, again, take advantage of your ericaceous compost. Get this home. If you've already got rhodies and azaleas growing in your soil, and I know a lot of you in parts of Scotland, Wales, Suffolk, Norfolk, different areas, you do have those pockets of acid soil and they're very happy directly in the ground. But if you've always coveted plants like this and you don't have the right soil, all the ericaceous plants we talked about today will grow in pots and containers very, very well, including this. It will flower for about 6 weeks, if not longer, to be honest. It's already been flowering for weeks. There's loads and loads of flower buds still actually to open on here. So it's not going to be over anytime soon. And this is what they look like on the nursery right now. This is what we're going to send out to you. This will still look this good in 2 weeks, possibly even 3 weeks' time. Dappled shade, part sun, evergreen, very, very frost hardy. It will come back year after year. It will never get particularly big, but it will just really lift your mood, your garden, and give you joy and interest this time of year for many, many years to come.
511720 the item number, and you can double up. What a surprise. Okay, so double up for, is that it's £7 more, isn't it? I mean, look, £11.04 your discount club price, £7 more to double up, but again, take your 15% off that price as well. So amazing that you're going to get an extra plant for something like £6 something, which is just crazy when you're thinking about the size of the plant that we're going to be sending out. 511720 is the item number. Now, question has come in, what do I do if I can't use rainwater on my acid-loving plants? It's a good question. It's something that we struggle with. I struggle with. If you can get a water butt, that's probably going to be your best way of collecting rainwater. I still haven't put one in. But what you can do is you can collect rainwater using, buckets and things outside, or you can use tap water and leave it to stand for 24 hours. A lot of the chemicals in the water actually evaporate over a period of 24 hours. So if you fill a bucket one day and use that for watering the next day, that's a way round of doing it. There are certain things you can use as far as feeds are concerned. So you can use tap water and ericaceous feed, and that can definitely help. But ideally, you want to just try and get rainwater, or use things like...
you can use bottled water sometimes. And also Peter, the head gardener the other day, was saying, if you've got one of those tumble dryers with a reservoir that collects the water, you can use that as well.
Yeah.
And also if you boil the kettle, let the water go cold, most of the lime drops to the bottom as a solid, and you can use that water. That will be a lot less lime-ridden than water straight from the tap.
There you go. So there are a few options that you can go for. It's just a bit of forward planning. That's the only thing you've got to remember. And this is where I got lazy. I knew this, but got lazy and went, it'd be all right. It won't be all right. Do not use your tap water. Make sure you've done the other things.
This part of the world where we live is one of the main areas of the country that's the hardest water.
Really bad. Right, final one on the ericaceous acid-loving plants for you, and that is the cranberry. Do you know, this is something I keep looking at and thinking I should grow this.
Yeah, I should grow that because I love my cosmopolitans. And you need your cranberry juice.
I'm thinking cranberry sauce at Christmas.
Oh, no. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I don't like cranberry sauce personally, but I like cranberry juice.
Cranberry juice is lovely.
Cranberry juice is great. And this one's starting to flower.
I was just about to say that. There's loads of flowers forming on here, look.
Beautiful. And sorry to bore you, but it's another ericaceous one.
It is,
I don't think we've had such a run of ericaceous plants before.
I think Stu might have thought about it when he planned this.
I think he must have done.
Yeah, maybe.
It seems a little bit too many to be accidental.
Yeah.
So again, get your ericaceous compost with this. Cranberries, a bit like blueberries, similar kind of family, very hardy. They'll get through the winter time. They'll come back year after year. You're looking at a plant that only gets to about 30 sort of centimetres tall. They spread out sideways. They're more kind of ground huggy than upright. Where they grow these commercially, they actually grow cranberries in these sort of sunken, like valleys, if you like, or sunken areas. And then they shake all the cranberry fruit off, and then they flood the area where they're growing, and all the cranberries float to the top, and then they just drain them all off through sluice gates, and that's how they harvest them.
Clever.
Really, really brilliant way of doing it.
Really clever.
But you can make cranberry juice, you can make cranberry jelly, cranberry jam. Lovely, lovely plant. Looks good all the year through.
And it stays nice and compact as
well,
well, doesn't it?
Yeah. It kind of grow more wide than upright, pretty much. But put it in the ground if you've got the acid soil. Grow it in the ericaceous compost if you haven't. And if you want it, if you've got yourself, say, a big 50-litre planter, you could grow probably your 3 blueberries and your cranberry all in the one container together.
Wow.
And they'll all be very, very happy growing side by side.
310047 is the item number. You can double up for an extra £5. Yes, please. You could get 2 of those growing. It comes in the 1.7 litre pot as well, so it's really nicely established, ridiculously hardy. You don't need to do anything to it.
No protection.
You just need the ericaceous compost. That one is a must. Okay, 310047 is the item number. We've got a couple more emails. Neil has sent us a picture. He says, here's the Azalea cascadula bright fuchsia I've received this morning, plus my 4-tier greenhouse from YouGarden, full of stuff ready to plant out. And there it is. I loved these azaleas.
I'm glad it's turned up looking so nice now. I was out the other day and I saw the packers packing these, and what they did, they dropped them. You can see at the bottom here, they were dropping them into plastic bags, so that it just held all the branches nice and upright, and then putting them in a cardboard box, and yours has arrived beautifully, so
Gorgeous.
That's good to see.
And there is Neil's 4-tier greenhouse. Look at you, Neil, with your 4-tier greenhouse. That's exciting. I love that you put a few stones in the bottom there just to hold it in place. And then you've got loads of stuff going on.
Is that some angel wings at the side there as well?
It is,
on the
yeah,
right.
he's got some Senecio.
Yeah, looking good. Very nice.
You've got strawberries growing in the background there as well. I know we're supposed to be looking at the greenhouse, but I'm looking at everything else.
I can't believe that greenhouse was going out. It was like £26 or something bonkers at one point.
Karen has sent some pictures in. She says, been busy. Oh, this I'm excited about. Okay. Been busy recently designing our garden. Can't wait to fill it with lots of plants. Check this out. Now, obviously, it's a bit stark at the moment, but you can see what is going to happen in this garden, can't you?
That is looking... What's the edging? Let me know, because I'm looking for some good edging.
I need some edging as well.
Yeah, I need some edging. So I need some steel edging. Let us know what you've been using. Is it Everedge or something like that? Because I need to edge a path between a rose border and a lawn.
So you know the digging up I'm going to do? I need to edge those.
Yeah.
That is looking ace. I love all the different seating areas you've got, the little raised planters. Hang on, there's another picture.
I like the path as well. The little stepping stone path is a nice little finish.
Look, I love how you've sectioned the garden off. When that starts to fill out, I can really see how that's going to look beautiful.
That's definitely something we want to kind of have pictures on.
Yeah, progress
weekly,
updates.
At least fortnightly minimum, please. That would be good to see that develop.
Oh, and you've got a little pond going as well. Look. Little pond on this side.
Cute, isn't it? Little what do you call it there? Little water marigold as well. Oh, look at that. That's nice.
Fuchsia.
Yay, that's looking good, that
Spider's web, that one.
That's really happy. Look at the new leaves, looking glorious on there.
Ah, Karen, good work. It's going to be beautiful. Oh, and Mauricia's just sent us a picture because we've seen a picture of this multiple times, but we've got the beautiful holly tree standard. We've got the Christmas rose down the bottom, which has the white flowers. And she says you can just see the Ophiopogon just peeking through there as well, look.
It's so nice of you to send that so many months on as well, because sometimes people say, oh yeah, what you say is only going to look good for like a few weeks, but all these months on, you can see that is still looking really, really lovely, really looking nice.
Lovely. Thank you, everybody, for sending your pictures in. We do appreciate it. I have caught up with the emails. We've got 15 minutes left. If you desperately want to send a picture in, we'll see if we can get it shown before the end of the show. I'm not seeing any extra questions. Are we getting any more lantanas in? I don't know, Anne, to be perfectly honest with you. We might. I'm not sure about any plans to show grapes on the show, but Mauricia, it's another one that we could maybe ask the question of and see if we can get them within the YGTV shows. We'll definitely see what we can do.
We're out of the black grape at the moment.
Are we?
But we have Lakemont still, the white grape.
Right.
I believe.
We'll see if we can get them in at some point. We haven't had grapevines on the YGTV shows for a while, as far as I can remember, so we can certainly ask the question. Right. One of my faves. Hello, Camellia. This is called the beautiful Femme Fatale.
Look at the leaf.
I know.
I mean, that leaf, if this never flowered...
I would be happy.
I'd grow it just for the foliage.
Look at that beautiful foliage.
And how glossy is that? And we swear to you, we have not put leaf shine on those.
No.
That is their natural lustre.
Like.
That's what the new foliage comes through. Glorious.
Stunner, isn't it?
Really, really beautiful. And It's another ericaceous plant.
It is.
So again, if you've got your rhodies and stuff growing in the garden, put it in the ground. If you want it, and who wouldn't, grow it in a pot, use the ericaceous compost. But the flowers on these,
Oh, yeah.
really, really, well, Bex knows all about them.
This is the flower. Do you remember when I demolished it during a live show? I put
so
my hand
funny.
on it and it just fell to pieces.
Yeah, exactly, because Bex sort of cupped the flower to emphasise it, and it was just coming to the end of its kind of flowering period, and the petals just all dropped off.
It just all fell to pieces, didn't it?
It kind of imploded live on air.
It's mesmerising, though. The flowers you get on here.
They are big.
They're
Like
huge and they're layered, and sometimes they're really like symmetrical.
They are, and probably depth-wise, if you looked at the flower side on, they come out about this far. They are really bold. And the really strange thing about them is they choose to flower at the most sort of harsh time of the year, which is incredible, sort of late winter into sort of mid-spring. This can get to 2 to 3 metres tall eventually, but you can prune them back very easily. So the best time to prune camellias is immediately after they're finished flowering, and then all the new wood they create will give you your flower the following year. They can grow in a sunny position or a shady position or part shade, very easy to look after. But if you want something dramatic from a foliage perspective and from a flower perspective, get one of these.
Make sure you keep them watered throughout summer. They're forming their buds throughout those summer months for the flowering for you in winter. And sometimes if you don't get flowers, it could be one of the main reasons is because it just wasn't kept consistently watered during the summer months. So just keep it nice and moist, basically.
Just wanted to show you the root on there as well. I did it over a saucer because I didn't want to get all the bits all over the floor. Because it's got a little bit of wood chip on the top, which they put on just to keep them moist. But look at that, isn't that beautifully established?
Very healthy.
So get that home, put that in the ground if you've already got, if you know you've got acid soil in your garden, or in a pot or a container, water it well and enjoy it. I mean, this one isn't flowering, and it's probably done its flowering for this season, but you can enjoy it just for the foliage at the moment.
You really can.
You don't have to sort of enjoy it just for the flowers. The flowers are magnificent, but it is one of those plants that it just ticks all the boxes. Tough, hardy, beautiful foliage, evergreen, long-lived.
Double up if you would like to. You can double up for £10 if you're not in the club. £8.50 it works out if you are in the club. £8.50 for that plant. That's just brilliant.
They are so expensive in garden centres.
So expensive.
$24.99, $29.99 for that in an average garden centre would not be, out the question, if not even more.
All right, 511519 is the item number if you would like to go for the Camellia Femme Fatale. Next up, we have got the bottle brush plant for you. This is the Callistemon citrinus. Now, the ones that we've got in the nursery, these are all flowering. Mine's not quite bringing the buds out yet.
Okay.
But it will be soon,
it will.
won't it?
Yeah, it will get there. And this is the sort of plant we're sending out to you. So you can see it's multi-branched. And they have this really kind of weird habit in that I don't know of many flowers that then have the next year's growth grow out the middle of the flower. Because normally the flower's the last thing on the stem, isn't it?
Yeah, and you trim it off.
But these, the flower sort of stays, and also what they do is after they've gone over, the seed heads are like kind of little kind of tiny nuts on the actual stem, and they stay on for the life of the plant. So you can see how many years it's flowered by how many little clusters of those are on there.
You can keep it smaller though if you do prune it, can't you?
It's another one to prune immediately after it's flowered. It's absolutely worshipped by butterflies and the pollinators. They'll visit this in huge numbers. Very, very drought tolerant. And you can tell that the leaves are very stiff, rigid leaves, which keeps the moisture in. The foliage is very fragrant, especially the new leaves. If you pick a leaf off and then just, smell that, Bex. That's really gorgeous and menthol.
It's like, I always say it's like citrus eucalyptus.
Yes.
It smells like it's got that eucalyptus scent to it. I mean, it's good for me at the moment, being,
it's nice.
Just getting over the tail end of this cold. It really does sort of clear the nostrils.
And it's an uplifting fragrance as well. Now, we will say to you this can be borderline hardy as well in some areas. So in a city, southern coastal counties, those microclimate areas, you can be fine. These won't really go down much below -2, -3. So just bear that in mind. They will need a little bit of help. I
brought mine, because I've got the standard, so I've got the tree-shaped one. I brought mine indoors for 3 nights in winter. You know, when it really dropped down, when it got down to sort of the -4s, -5s, I brought it into the conservatory and then just put it back outside. But only 3 nights over winter I did that for.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just going to go down to freezing or just -1 or -2, especially if it's not going to be for a long period, they'll cope with that. But the thing is to make them even more resistant, put them in the sunniest spot in your garden. If you can plant them right up against the house, south or west facing, against a wall where you get all the heat emanate out at night, nice and sheltered, avoid those cold wind spots. That's where it will really, really flourish.
That's exactly where I've got mine. In a pot, southwest facing patio, right up against the wall there, and it's going to be absolutely glorious. It's one of those show-stopping plants. What is it? Fillers, spillers, and...
Thrillers.
Thrillers.
It's a thriller.
Thrillers, fillers, or spillers. That is an absolute thriller. Definitely. I cannot wait to have my bottle brush flowers and have all the pollinators coming into the garden. 510046, you can double up if you would like to. It's double up for £10 more or £8.50 if you are a club member. Because remember, you get 15% discount off of your purchases if you are a club member. It costs you just £10 to join, and that is your annual fee. And then you save 15% for your plants, your pots, your compost every single time you shop with us, whether that's in the YGTV shows or on the website. But remember, YGTV comes with free postage. Website, sorry, still got to pay postage on those ones. Right, pens and papers, please. Time to run through the item numbers for you. If you want to make a final list before you place your order, 511678 is the item number. If you would like to go for the Dutia Million Stars Pink Carpet, a beautiful spring flowering shrub, does not get massive, isn't fussy on soil type, can cope with pretty much anything you want to throw at it, loves a sunny spot, can be grown in borders or pots, and you're going to get an amazing flowering display. It is deciduous, will drop its leaves, and if you want to prune it, you do it straight after it's finished flowering. You can double up if you would like to for an extra £10 or £8.50 if you're in the club. The bullseye, not geraniums. Yes, geranium, but geranium bullseye mix. Here we go. So you've got the beautiful dark coloured foliage, the amazing fragrance, and then you're getting those clusters of those flowers, the pink, the peach, the red. Absolutely stunning, and they flower for ages, right the way through summer, and they're starting to flower now. They're throwing up the flower buds at the moment, and then they're going to keep going right the way through till about October, maybe even into November. They're not frost hardy, they will need some winter protection, and these can be grown as houseplants and then overwintered and brought out again next year. You're going to get 12 plug plants for £11.04. Ridiculously drought tolerant. Put them in a sunny spot. Next up we have got, Sophinia petunia. Please go, if you're going for petunias, get yourself some Sophinias because they are the best. They were bred to be the longest trailing, the most resistant to British weather. They're not going to go mushy in the wet weather or anything if we get it. And they come in the beautiful mix of colours. You're getting 6 different colours in there. So is it 6? Yeah, it is. So you'll get 2 of each in the 12 pack there. 401441 if you want a trailing plant for your hanging baskets, your pots and containers, your window boxes. We've also got the Super Cascades. If you like your begonias, and I love my begonias, they self-clean, they, deadhead themselves. The great thing with begonias is that these can actually cope in a more shady spot. They don't have to be in a full sun position. You'll get a mixture of colours in there, and I really enjoy the contrast between the flowers and the foliage with begonias. It's not just all about the flowers. One of the best displays I've had in my garden in recent years has been from Begonia Super Cascade. Genuinely, flowered all summer long, absolutely brilliant. And I just grew them in pots. They were brilliant. 3 of those in a 30cm pot gives you an absolutely amazing summer long display. 543 is the item number there for 12 of those plug plants. The Ophiopogon, which is the black dragon grass, technically not a grass, who cares, it looks like one. This is going to give you amazing contrast, one of Adam's faves. If you're underplanting things, this can look really cool. It will sort of colonise as well, prefers a slightly damper, darker spot in the garden, but can as easily be grown in a full sun position. It'll just take a little bit longer to sort of spread. It won't get too tall, we're talking maybe 20 centimetres in height, but it can spread by a good 40 or 50 centimetres as well. 560219, and you can double up if you would like to go for 6 of those 9cm pots. Angel wings, which would be the perfect combination I mean, come on. You can see that planted with the Ophiopogon around the outside of it, can't you? That give a really gorgeous contrast. These have those lovely bunny's ears type leaves. They're soft, they're tactile, they're absolutely stunning. Now, you might need to give them winter protection. They can maybe get through mild winters, but just bear in mind you might need to give them a little bit of winter protection. 3 of those 9cm pots available, but you can double up if you'd like to go for 6 of them if you want to. Please make sure you put 2 lots in your basket if you're doubling up. We won't automatically do that, so you need to. And then finally, we've got the citrus collection. Now this is an amazing deal because you can get an orange tree and a lemon tree in the 5-litre pots. They're fruiting at the moment, and we're going to put in the 150 grams of citrus feed. Now you can get all of that for, if you're in the club, £42.47. That is £21.50 each for the fruit trees. If you're in the club and you want to double up and get 2 lemons and 2 oranges, I think it was £18.75 per tree. So you can see the difference by doubling up, can't you? Now 4 is a lot, I appreciate, so not all of us would be able to fit 4 in, but if you can, how cool is that? Ericaceous compost, give them winter protection, feed and water well during spring and summer, drastically reduce your watering in winter. 680021 is the item number. Now then, we have got the beautiful Rhododendron hybrid red for you. Oh, I bashed the table, sorry. Also on a double up deal, you can get 2 of these glorious plants. And who doesn't want if you're walking around at the moment and you're looking at people's gardens, I do it all the time on a dog walk, and I'm looking in their front gardens and I'm seeing the rhodies looking absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. It makes you want one.
Well, they take me back to the first time my parents took me to Kew Gardens when I was about 14 years of age, and it was this time of year.
Oh, really?
And they've got something there called the Rhododendron Dell. Oh, Bex, I tell you what, I didn't know what to do with myself.
We should do a trip. We should do a trip to Kew Gardens.
We ought to. We should do that. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it because I think also the big greenhouse in the middle is going to close for a 6-year restoration soon.
Oh, we should definitely
go.
So
we need to get there before it closes.
All right, good.
But yeah, getting back to this rhododendron, this particular one, the Nova Zembla, is great for sunnier positions. We normally talk about rhodies for shade or dappled shade. This one will take full sun and it will take heat. So if you've always wanted one, but you don't have a shady garden, this is the one to go for. You've got those claret-coloured flowers on there. And this is the colour. Don't look at the picture behind. This is the colour. That's the colour that yours is going to be. This is what we're sending out to you.
Look at the buds that are waiting to open up as well, and actually hiding behind that beautiful flower there. There are more waiting to open up. I mean, there's a big one there, but also where that one is, look, there's a big one here. If I turn it slightly, there's more waiting to open up underneath here. So you can see you're going to get an amazing display. Winter hardy, evergreen, easy to look after. You can double up if you want to for an extra, I can't do the math, £6, £7. Double up for £7 more. 511672 is the item number if you would like to go for the Rhodie Hybrid Red. We've also got the Berberis, and I'm calling this as a contrast plant.
Definitely.
Put it next to something verdant and green, and that's going to look incredible.
Or even the black snake grass underneath.
Yeah, definitely.
That contrast well. These get about a metre and a half tall. They're a fastigiate growing plant. They grow in a column shape. The foliage is dramatic in spring and in the autumn. And they're very, very hardy. Super
hardy, absolutely gorgeous plants. They do have thorns on them, but bear that in mind. I mean, that is valuable for certain areas of the garden anyway, isn't it? Don't avoid thorny plants. Just be careful when you're pruning them. That's the only thing. 511677 is the item number if you'd like to go for the orange sunrise. You can double up and get 6 of those as well if you want to. Remember, double up for £10 if you're not in the club. It's £8.50 if you are in the club. Now, you might need some compost. I say might. We all need loads of compost at this time of year. The Premium Professional Compost is available on the double up deal, so 200 litres, that's 4 50-litre bags, and they will be delivered direct to your door. The best compost you'll ever use, the one that gives you the best results, has peat, has composted wood fibre, has slow release fertiliser, a wetting agent, beautiful luxurious feel and texture which allows roots to grow and develop, and it's all about getting those roots in. That's how you get the strongest, healthiest plants. If you're buying any of the ericaceous plants, the acid-loving plants like the rhododendron, the cranberry, the azalea, the blueberry, the gardenia, the citrus that we have on the show today, then you do need to get your ericaceous compost. 60-litre bag, you can get 2 of those, which is 120 litres. You can double up and get them delivered direct to your door as well. Don't forget your Strulch too. You'll need some Strulch at this time of year. Right, we are ending the show on the Verbena Bonariensis, one of our top favourites, I've got to say, here in the potting shed. Just a beautiful plant.
beautiful plants going out to you. Fabulous, well-established root system, multi-branched. These will flower for you this year for 4 to 5 months. You'll get flowers on these.
I've got you, Tom. Hang on, I'll answer your question before we go anywhere.
It's a perennial plant, and you can see what it does here. They can grow to 1 metre, 2 metres tall. They'll bring in the butterflies. They'll seed about for you. They die down in wintertime. They'll come back next spring. They're like a sunny, well-drained spot, and they're just simply beautiful.
They really are. Definitely love these plants. I've got loads growing and I'm intending on buying some more. Right, Tom, quickly. Heart granite pots, are they in stock? Jake, would you mind just doing a quick search to see if the heart granite pots are in stock, please? Had 2 missing in an order last week and the replacements haven't been dispatched 5 days later. We'll check if they're in stock, Tom. I honestly can't check orders, but we can certainly see if they're available for you. And your other question, which is, my star jasmine has got very light green growth. Seems like it's the newest growth, but is this normal?
Yes.
Yes, it absolutely is normal. The new growth on your star jasmine does come through a beautiful light green colour. So yes, that's perfectly normal. And those are the heart round planters in stock. If they still haven't been dispatched, Tom, get it. Oh, ignore the heart granite question, sorry. Oh, you just said they've been dispatched. Apologies. I paid attention to the important, but obviously not the important bits. They've been dispatched. Yay! Okay, so we've got your answer on the jasmine, so it's perfectly normal. Hopefully I've answered all your questions. Fingers crossed, anyway. Okay, so that's us done.
Good enough. Enjoyed it today.
Yeah, it's good
It was nice having all the ericaceous plants as well.
Yeah, it was
a little
quite
bit
good
different.
fun, wasn't it?
So good stuff. And that roadie, whoa, beautiful.
Whoa.
Love it, love it.
All right, I'm back on Sunday. You're
back
here Saturday.
Saturday, I'm here Saturday, yeah.
So I will be here for the YGTV show on Sunday. I'm also going to be on TikTok in 1 hour's time. If you're a TikToker, come and join me then. But we'll see you on YGTV probably Thursday next week.
You will.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, we'll
Good.
see you guys
Take
later.
care.
Enjoy your evening.
Bye.
Bye.